All right, I believe we are live. I got to figure out how to get my chat on here. This is the part of the live stream where I'm going to babble a little bit while you guys are getting on here. I hope everybody's having a good Monday. It's Monday where I'm at, so I hope that if it's Monday, not Monday where you're at, I hope you're having a good day as well. But it's Monday night here in the great United States of America. It is 10:28. We are approaching Halloween. Halloween is this week, baby. I am so excited. There's new Freeze the Fall music coming out this Thursday, October 31st. Make sure that you go ahead and pre-save that in wherever you listen to music, on YouTube. If you listen to it on Spotify, I don't care where you listen to it. Go ahead and sign up for that and get ready for it. I know Freeze the Fall is probably more than likely going to be doing some sort of live chat thing when the video gets released at the actual time on YouTube. So I'm going to be trying to be there as much as humanly possible for when that release is set up. So I'm very excited for that. As I mentioned, Halloween is this week. I hope everybody has nice Halloween plans. I think that Halloween has honestly kind of gotten to be one of those things where it's not quite the same as it used to be. There's a lot more like ideas of like trunk or treat and stuff like that going out now, where like everybody drives to like a church or a mall or something like that and just walks around a parking lot. It's not quite the same magic, I don't think, that we had when we were kids and, you know, going door to door. Some neighborhoods don't even allow door to door. Like HOAs are the death of communities, if anything. If you live in an HOA and you love your HOA, I'm very happy for you. I think most HOAs are terrible. They're a complete waste of money. They take all of your money and tell you how to live in your own house. So I think it's kind of weird, the idea of HOAs. There are some good out there, and there's other ones that are, you know, a little bit more like, you know, like police, and don't put out that decoration because it's against general code, blah, 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 blah. I got hit up the very first year, I think, actually, for putting out Halloween decorations because this neighborhood doesn't celebrate Halloween at all like that. So I was one of the first people in my neighborhood to put out some decorations. It was actually written in the bylaws of my HOA, actually, that you can only put decorations out for Christmas, and they can only be at certain times, and they have to be down by certain time. But there's nothing in there about any other holiday period. So Halloween, completely gone. Any other Halloween, I'm sorry, not Halloween, but any other holiday that you would do any sort of decoration for. There's not a ton of them. People don't really put stuff in their yard like that, but there's not a ton of them. But at the same time, why tell people what they can and cannot do to celebrate holidays? It seems this is kind of weird. But it looks like there's some people on the chat. Looks like we got Bell Development on here. What's going on there, sir? Maul, I see you as well. How are you doing today, my friend? I hope you're having a great day. Oh, thanks for about the hoodie. Yeah, this is my first piece of merchandise from Freeze the Fall, and it is definitely not going to be my last. That's for sure. I had a really, really difficult time deciding which hoodie to buy. I knew the first thing I wanted to buy was a hoodie. Winter was coming, you know what I mean? Game of Thrones, all like, you know, winter was coming, and it was going to start getting cold, so I really wanted to get something I could wear like right away and wear for a while, you know what I mean? So I'm definitely the hoodie guy. When it gets that much colder, I throw a vest on over a hoodie, so I'm always kind of sporting a hoodie really throughout the fall. I don't live in Canada. I don't live in like really, really frigid temperature places. I barely get snow where I live, so it's something I can kind of do, and unless I'm traveling, and then I throw my Carhartt on because that's like the warmest coat in the whole damn world. But I had a very hard time deciding between, you know, the traditional just flat out blue Freeze the Fall hoodie and that super sick one that they have with all the snakes on it. That snake one is so cool. I'm going to have to get one of those too. I just feel like when I looked at their merch store, like everything in that store, I was just like, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Like all their merch is fire. I had saw in an interview, I think that they did actually with Bell Development and Jesse over there. I think I saw in their interview that Aria was one of the people that designs a lot of the stuff, and that she's one of the more main contributing band members or member of the team that kind of works on some of those merchandise design aspects. So I always thought that was really cool now that I now know that. So I was like, yeah, she's got a great taste for it, and all the merch that they have on their website is awesome. Paul, what's going on, my friend? I see you in the chat as well. G Ferguson, how are you doing today? Communism. That probably has to do with my rant about HOAs. Like I said, if you don't live in an HOA, I envy you. You know what I mean? Like I thought that my HOA was going to be fine, but it has become a constant joke amongst any of my friends since I bought this house about just HOA everything. So every meme gets sent to me about HOAs because that is my HOA. I have gone a couple years now without them sending any threatening letters or anything to me. But like I said, my first year in this house, I put out some Halloween decorations and it did not go over well. But I will share a picture of my Halloween decorations on my Patreon. I started doing a lot more of that kind of stuff on my Patreon if you guys are not on there at this time, but I started releasing some behind the scenes stuff and some more personal things, if you will, on my Patreon. So I'll go ahead and put a picture up of that, of my actual Halloween decorations for this year, because it's kind of increased every year, and I feel like it's getting better every year. I need to get some new gravestones, you know, for a new thing I got going on out there, because I just need some better ones. But things are going well. I'm excited about Halloween. It's a great week. And we are going to celebrate some independent artists today. And I've gotten a lot of actually today. I didn't really give you guys a ton of heads up on this live stream, but I put it out this morning, and I've gotten already a ton of suggestions for some independent artists today. So I'm so thankful for you guys for dropping so many great suggestions in my lap already for that. All right, I'm looking at the chat again. I need to move this up here so that way I'm like more looking at the camera a little bit better when I'm doing this. Bedtime, so I'll have this playing, but on low. Yep, Maul's got to put the kids to bed. They're off making a ton of great progress out there in Maul's world. She's been sharing a lot of stuff on the Discord about some stuff going on in her life, so I appreciate her and for her openness in the discussion that we kind of even just had around the idea of just overall just loving and protecting your kids on the Discord. So I think every parent naturally is going to be a little defensive of their child, and I think that we had a really nice topic and discussion about that on the Discord the other night. So that was just really cool to see that and see everybody just being so supportive in a moment where somebody needed a little bit of support. So that was really cool to see that. Paul, I got one like yours. May have to get that snake one too. Yeah, this I tend to go for like the clean look initially, especially with a band like Freeze the Fall, where they're like a newer artist, right? Like, you know, they're at the beginning more stages of their journey, and you know, we all know who they are, and that's great, but we need to spread the word to as many people as possible so that way we can just continue to grow this fan base at hopefully an alarming rate for Freeze the Fall, and so that way make their journey as an artist that much easier than it is. I'm watching so many other artists that just don't have the kind of supportive fan bases like Freeze the Fall kind of already has, and it's difficult to just see them kind of struggle and just see kind of a little bit of that frustration. Just in the content that they make trying to promote their stuff, you can see a little bit of like the defeatedness and that defeated attitude, if you will. And it just kind of breaks my heart because I feel like there's a ton of great bands out there that are making such great music, and they're just not really getting the attention that they deserve. But at the same time, like, you know, I'm scrolling through Instagram looking at promotion feeds for bands literally all day long, and they're all doing the same thing. You know, now's the video of like have the rope on the ground with you tied around your ankle and have the U-Haul truck drive away with the rope like it's about to eventually take you off. I've seen like 15 bands do that exact video. And that's the thing, is you never know who the actual creator of those overall things are. You know, you don't understand who was the one who actually came up with that initial premise, because every other band's going to go rip it off now. I saw a really cool one that I put on my Instagram today of this guy that was like, getting bumped by a car and he like jumped into like into the guitar thrown strap thing. You guys have to go check it out on my stories on my Instagram. It was actually just, I don't even know who the band was. I just was doom scrolling, saw the video. I was like, oh man, this is like a great concept that they did and they caught my attention. They sounded like they're pretty good. They sounded a little metal. Homeboy had like the white dreadlocks going on. You know, I think it's a very bold move for any white boy to go with the dreadlocks. I always used to say that if I was born in a different color skin, I would absolutely have dreadlocks. I just know that my white complexion probably wouldn't look too good with the dreadlocks. I don't think I could pull it off. I think there's very, very few white people in the world that could actually pull off the dreadlock look. Korn especially being one of the main staples of, yeah, they could pull it off. They totally did, and they have for a long time. All right, let's go back in this chat here. Bad Wolf, what's going on? Oh, did I see Pixie's in here too? Oh, what's going on, Pixie? How are you doing today? Let's see. I feel like I'm a little behind on the chat. Party time. Howdy, y'all. What's going on, Aaron? Good to see you as always, my friend. Got Daughters of Witches versions on the Freeze the Fall hoodie. Yeah, the one with the snakes. It's awesome. Yes, it's that snake one is so damn dope, man. When I got invited to be a part of their release for their last warning video, when they invited me to be on that little panel with everybody, I think I was the only person that didn't have the snake hoodie on. I think everybody had the same hoodie on, if I remember right in the video. They all had the snake hoodie, and I was like, man, I totally picked the wrong one. I didn't even finish the point I was trying to make with the Freeze the Fall hoodie of why I picked this one in the first place. Because they're newer, because they're smaller, I feel it's more important for it to be like that sharp, clean, no question about it, right? Like the snake thing is cool, it's going to draw your attention, but this one like flat out says, like, you know, Freeze the Fall band logo. You know what I mean? Like this is telling you everything I think that you need to know just from seeing it, and that's why I select this one. I'm also a big fan of black and blue. I've been told my entire life that black and blue doesn't mix. I've been arguing that point since I was 12 years old. That black and blue absolutely does mix, and Freeze the Fall does it all the time. And so when they get a black and blue hoodie, it sold me. That was the one. I'm gonna have to get that snake one. I'm gonna have to get some t-shirts too, because I don't have any t-shirts from them right now, but I will definitely get some. One Dog Night, what's going on there, sir? Sorry, sir, I don't even know why I said that. I told somebody once before, because I've misgendered some people on here before, and I apologize if I've ever done that to you. I try to just refer to everybody as friends, so that way it's just like non-identifying that way, because I've had a habit for the last, let's see, 16 years of my life by calling every single person sir or ma'am, depending on what you identify as, because I was in the corporate world and the military, where in the military for sure everybody is sir or ma'am. So I just took that into the corporate world and just continued that veteran trend of yes sir, yes ma'am forever. And so I didn't want to do that on my channel. I didn't want to be the guy who's like, you know, wearing a veteran hat every single day, being like, all right, what's going on, sirs and ma'ams? So I didn't want to do all that. So if I have misidentified you or misgendered you, I'm sorry. It's really not my intention. If you do correct me, I will promise to try to remember. I do tend to remember a handful of you guys for sure. When you guys switch up some of your profile names and the pictures are different, depending on like maybe one you're on Discord, you're this, and one you're on YouTube as that. I don't always correlate them all, but I think a lot of you guys have already kind of told me. Like Susie, you told me what your Discord name was, so I remember what Susie's name was, you know. So when I see people pop up, I'm starting to recognize like, okay, that's the same person, and now you're in these different locations. So if your names are different and all that, I do apologize. But One Dog Tonight, I hope you're having a great day. American Arson sounds like a band name, if I would guess. LC, how are you doing, my friend? I've been having a hard time and I'm enjoying these. Oh, I'm so sorry that you're having a hard day today. Honestly, I didn't wake up in the best of moods today either. I've kind of had a little bit of a foggy brain today. to be honest with you. And I'm sure this is not a depression specific thing here. I think everybody kind of understands that feeling of kind of like having that cloudy head feeling, a little bit. And so like, honestly, it's like one of the first side effects of like when I don't take my pill, like in the proper amount of time. But I knew I took my pill yesterday. I think it's just kind of the lack of sleep I've gotten in the last 3 days. I caught up on a little bit of it today, but I kind of skipped a sleep cycle on Friday and just kind of jumped right into like a different schedule. And then now I'm bouncing back into like what I would normally do. I was explaining this in a video I left for my patrons yesterday of that insomnia is a major, major part of my world. And if you're not familiar about this with me, I do all of my recording at the wee hours when the sun goes down. I do everything at nighttime. It is where I am a natural, nocturnal creature. I am not the kind of person that does well on days. I blame it on probably the military. But at the end of the day, I think that was like the actual like brain part of it that kind of stunk in, where like now I just sleep better when the sun's up. It's just a fact. When the sun comes up, I feel like going to bed. I don't know why. Don't know. I can't explain it, but I want to be awake when the sun's up in the afternoon. Does that make sense? I just not there for like the morning dew hours. I'm good to go to sleep at like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and wake up at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's more my perfect zone, but I haven't been able to do that the last couple of days, so I'm a little brain foggy today. So I'm sorry that you're having a bad day there, Elsie, and I hope that you're able to do something or give yourself a little bit of a treat or something today to kind of just make yourself feel a little bit better. Let's see. We got a lot going on the chat today. Wow. Yes, I have not started getting into any of the songs yet. I've still been kind of doing introductions and just talking to, talking to the internet, if you will, talking to you guys. Trying to catch up on some of these chats. I feel like I'm missing some. I'm getting a lot of haze to people. That's so great too, man. One of the things that I was hopeful for is, you know what I mean? I like to be a guy that's realistic, right? And tries to not like, put unrealistic expectations out there, so that way you're not really disappointed, like, slow growth, if you will. But just seeing the beginning stages of a community starting to grow on my channel has just been so like worth every night and every day that I doubted myself. Does that make sense? Where like, there were so many times where I felt like I was doing like a good video, or I put out a good video and like nobody liked it. And like, it just got like no love and attention. And it's like, am I doing something wrong? Am I fucking up? Am I bad at this? Like, how do I get better at doing this? And like all that self-doubt and all that, like pushing through those difficult times, like to now come to a day where you're seeing people who don't know each other now start to develop friendships, like, through the internet this way. And like, it's just really cool to start seeing the beginning stages of a community like this. So I'm very grateful just to see how everybody is like just talking to each other, like, oh, you're here too, how are you doing today? So I just love that so much. Bad Wolf, you're on here, it's really good. Hi Cosmic, yep, it's you saying hi back. 10-4 Maltby joining another one. I agree with you on the black and blue. They go well together. Absolutely. Why anybody ever told me that black and blue doesn't go together is crazy. Black and blue for sure does. And Heather, you over here like put the black and blue that black and blue totally belong together. The FFDP. I feel real stupid now because I feel like I should probably know what that is. My mind first thought fire department, and then I started thinking about police departments and how a lot of the police departments are black and blue. So I'm like, obviously they go together because it's pretty much across like the entire world, black and blue with police officers. So yeah, the idea of black and blue don't belong together is just totally ridiculous to me. Who's your buddy pal? Who's your pal buddy? Bad Wolf. Yeah, somebody also made that comment on my Patreon levels. I kind of based it off of that idea. Like my best friend, he is a South Park fanatic, so I've been watching South Park for my entire life. And honestly, the newest South Park stuff has been so funny because I feel like it's just gotten so much more clever with some of the stuff that they've done. But that whole "I'm not your guy, buddy, I'm not your buddy, pal," like the Canadian thing on South Park. Like, you know, that was the first thing he thought of when he saw my Patreon like listing. He's like, "Oh, I'm not your friend, buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal." You found the right people to raise ship. How are you doing, Claire? Can't see me, only Discord comments. Ole Olsen, I see you. Did you make a comment in this chat before? Hold on, I'm looking for you. I don't see you, so I don't know which comment you're talking about. But yeah, so if I'm missing one of your comments, that's another thing too, guys, is I know I'm not going to be able to keep it up forever, but I'm doing my best to try to give everybody an individual response. I've started doing some transitions where I leave a little less depending on what you say. So if you make a comment just about the artist and it's nothing really directed in my direction, I get a lot of these about Angelina Jordan. Angelina Jordan is like a goddess sent from heaven. Like, we are so blessed that she sings music, right? If you leave a comment like that, you're just going to get like a heart teddy. I'm not going to give you anything else beyond that because now the comments are too hard to keep up. So if you're not really saying anything to me, you're more or less just praising the artist, that's fine too. I'm not saying you got to comment directly to me. I just want to put the expectation out there that, like, I can't give you an individual comment when I have too many of them that are people are writing directly things to me, and I try to give the effort to write something back. Even if I write something shorter, I read every single comment. So especially if you leave a long one and you write a bunch of stuff and you start off with "Hey Johnny," I'm gonna read it. I'm definitely that guy. I don't like the idea of like just ignoring comments that way. If you're saying something specifically to me, I think it's important to try to show you that I read it and that I did have a moment ingesting your comment and somehow I gave something back to you. Does that make sense? Like that, it's just my way to try to give back to each individual person just for checking out my video and just watching it in the first place. Yo, can I still request Solaris? So if they're independent and it's not going to get my stream shut down, then yes, you can absolutely suggest Solaris. I think we're about to jump into some of these requests in here just in a few minutes. It's already been 22 minutes of me babbling. This is a lot longer. Well, probably pretty on brand for me, to be honest. I do a lot of babbling. You're good with me if you miss a comment. I totally understand. Yes, there's so many of you guys out there that really do, that you guys do understand. But the thing I want you guys to understand is the fact that I say it so much is that how much is on my brain. Does that make sense? I understand that not everybody is able to be a contributing, supporter to my channel, but the fact that you're just here and the fact that you're like enjoying my content and that you keep coming back means a lot to me. So I don't want anybody to think that, like, just because I think I got you on a hook, that I'm not gonna like pay attention to you anymore. Does that make sense? Like, I don't look at it that way. I've never looked at it that way. It's always been about growing a community. And when I see people out there that are like that actively involved, I consider you to be that part of that community. That's why I call every single beginning of every video, I call everybody family, because when I feel like when you're here on my channel, like, you are my family. I have a whole diatribe about you can't pick the family that you were born into, but you can pick the family that you choose to spend your time around, if that makes any sense. It doesn't mean it has to be not your own family, but it is okay if your family is a piece of shit and you have to walk away from that. Some people will just leave it there. Some people just will never grow, and they'll never look at themselves and never admit that maybe they could do some things to change in their lives. And I don't feel like it's our jobs to always have to tell other people that they need to better themselves, even though family is kind of where you should be listening to people the most, because that's probably who knows you pretty well, typically, because they've been around you for such a long time for most of your life. Especially the earlier stages. But we'll leave it there. When you're here, you're family, and that's how I look at you guys. You guys are family to me. So I appreciate all the support that you guys give me. Heather Nicole, Five Finger Death Punch. Are they independent? Are they really independent? I'm curious about that one because I know Five Finger Death Punch and I've heard a couple of their songs. I wouldn't say that I'm very, very familiar with them, but if they're independent, that would have been news to me. They might be newly independent. That's also cool too. Oh, thank you so much, Claire. Just introducing myself and wanting to give you my flowers. Oh, you are so sweet. That really does mean so much. Like, you got a genuine smile, and I'm probably gonna blush now for that comment. Ramble on, bruv, man. I love you, Pixie. Pixie, you make me smile so much. You really do. I love your energy. I love your comments. And there's something about just your overall spirit that it just lifts my spirits every time I see you. Really, anywhere that you pop up. LT, how you doing, Mr. Aaron Lee? See, I call him LT because he's got it listed off in his thing, right? You know what I mean? And like, you gotta pay respects to the cool officers that are out there. I've talked on some previous live streams about how I was very, very involved as an enlisted member with the officer corps, and they're different, and they treated us different. That is for sure. We'll leave it there, and I would say that not all officers are douchebags, but a lot of them can be. And when there's good ones out there, you gotta recognize and celebrate them. I did work for a couple great lieutenants, a couple great captains in my time in the military. So like I said, it was more of a 50-50 split, because like anything, there's gonna be good ones and bad ones, just like the enlisted corps, but the overall mentality was different. So you got to give shout-outs to the good lieutenants and the good officers that are out there in the world. Anybody who was prior enlisted typically was pretty cool, but it's also not a punishment the fact that you decided to go to college and then become an officer first before going enlisted. You know, that's not a bad thing to do. It's actually probably a more smarter way to use your military career. So no offense to any of those people either. But it doesn't mean that you're better than us. Does that make sense? Like that's probably the biggest thing is like, I hate people that treat people like that you are better than them. And I know that every one of you out there has an example of somewhere, someplace, somehow of people that have treated you that way. And I know you didn't like it either. So I have a really hard time of keeping my mouth shut with those kinds of things where when you start treating us like we're secondhand citizens to you because your lifestyle is so much different than ours, that's where you start to really lose me. How are we doing? Did trim and paint today on a new place. Should be moving in Wednesday. Solaris, keep in the keeper and buckle up. So yeah, if Solaris is independent, we might have to add them because he has asked me for them a couple of times now. That Mexican OT, Big X plug, Professor maybe, Webby, Soda, Bad Wolf. You've really caught my attention, my friend, because to be honest with you, if I'm gonna be for real, and if those of you who have heard me hear this, I am a major hip-hop fan. I love hip-hop. I think there's a lull in a lot of like great hip-hop today, but I do love it. And that Mexican OT, one of my favorites. Big X plug, newest record, fucking amazing. I said it to like 4 of my friends that like hip-hop. I am that guy that was like, I don't try to put you on a lot of hip-hop, but if you like hip-hop, this Big X Unplugged record is fucking amazing. It starts off with that 3-6 Mafia sample too. I knew what time it was on that album. Like it was good. I was actually listening to it a couple weeks ago. Oh, sorry, last week when I was doing some editing on my videos. I meant it when I said I have a vast overall taste in music. Like I said, country is just the hardest one to get me to jump on, but I know there's some of you guys out there that are really trying hard to get me to jump on some country songs. And I'm sure there's going to be ones that we find that are going to be some good ones. But unfortunately, unless you are a patron or I'm giving you a guaranteed request, there might not be a lot of country on my channel. Those paid request ones I can't say no to. You know what I mean? So if you want me to really respond to country, you might have to pay for it. Oh, boy. Bad Wolf, Ren. Yep. See, we can't do Ren tonight, guys, because Ren's already an established artist on the channel, right? Like I'm pretty much gonna guarantee you guys there's gonna be at least a Ren video every single week. So if not 2. And I feel like I've done that with what's her face, Chinchilla as well. She's another established artist on the channel, so I've seen enough to know that I'm going. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue, and I'm going to keep going because I don't think there's going to be a lot of misses in her catalog. I have a couple people out there that are really worried that I'm not going to hit some of like the more B-side or less popular songs with Chinchilla. But the way I look at her is the same way I look at Ren. It's like, I want to hear it all. I want to hear whether it's popular or not. I don't care if I don't get views on it. I'm going to have it. I'm going to listen to it, and I'm going to put a reaction out for it. I feel like somebody else popped up in the chat. Heather, Nicole, I don't know if I've said hi to you or not. I think I did, but if I didn't, I'm going to say hi to you again. Yeah, because you're the one who mentioned about the black and blue earlier with the cops and all that, I think. Angelina is independent. I put a spell on you. Yeah, Angelina also independent. I think that she's still fully independent at this point, but the majority of her catalog is, so that's awesome for her. Hey, Susie, I was talking about you just a little bit earlier. You must have heard your ears were ringing. I was talking about you at the beginning of this whole thing. I would love to see Liliac again. They're as independent as they come and do everything themselves 100%. Yeah, so I'm not, I was going to say that I'm torn with Liliac, but I'm not. Does that make sense? I already kind of addressed that last week on the Women Who Rock Wednesday thing, where I don't get into this idea of band beef unless there is real beef between these artists. You know, if there's legitimate beef, I might take a side. Does that make sense? But there's not legitimate beef between Liliac and The Warning. So I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to not continue with Liliac. I like what I've heard from them, and I want to hear more. I started following them on Instagram. I'm starting to hear little like snippets of songs that I don't even know, but I like the fact that I see the work ethic in this band, and if anything, that's something I want to support. Does that make sense? Because I'm like, I think her name is Melody. I see her out there like constantly like trying to like put out content, like clips of songs, promotions. I hate the fact that I have to watch bands act like professional, like social media comment people, commentaries or whatever, because like I don't even feel like I operate in that way either. But the people who do all the things like to right, like the point right when something's gonna happen. Hey, buy tickets to this, and then like bing bing and and the hands are just very like, you know what I'm saying? I hate seeing bands do this. So fucking lame, bro. It is so fucking lame. But they have to do it. They have to do it. Melody, I'm sorry that you have to do this. I'm sorry that you got to look like this out there on your social media to try to spread your music to people, because you are an independent artist, because you don't have a team to do this for you. You don't have somebody else that can do it for you. I hate to see that fact the artists have to do this. It sucks, man. It really does. I would rather see you be behind the curtain and show me what you want me to see versus having to promote to me. Does that make sense? I hate watching artists promote. It's one of the most saddest things I think in the world. Is some of them, they all go about them differently, but at the end of the day, a lot of them go about it the same way because it's what works. And you're watching people just do the same thing over and over again that does work, when I don't even think that they even like it. They don't even seem like they're doing it naturally. You know what I mean? I posted something from a band the other day, a different band, that did the same thing, where it's like, you know, you're just too good at the... You know what I mean? You're too good at it, and I hate the fact that you're practicing that. You should be practicing your stage presence. You should be practicing your vocals. You should be practicing your live performance, not the... So fucking dumb, but I'm off of it. I sweared more in the last 5 minutes than I have in probably any video I've done on this channel. Victus, who is Ren's mate. I have not done Victus yet either. Somebody had mentioned earlier on the post about Romain. I'm so dumb, guys, please. I'm a dumb idiot American. If anything, I'm a testament of what the public education system of America gives us. I think his name is Roman. Romain would be really dumb. But I could be stupid, and it could be his fucking name. But I think his name is Roman. Somebody mentioned him from the Big Push, and yes, that was another thing I wanted to. I've kind of gotten into like the Renan friends, if you will. A few people have mentioned Victus, so we probably jump into them too. Ray Oscar winning tears at live Ambert Hall. The performance will make you a fan instantly. I guarantee that. I actually have that one saved. Ray Oscar winning tears. That song just sounds very familiar. And it might have been you, Rampage, who actually suggested that one to me. If they're independent, we might do that one tonight to do. The Snuts are a great indie band. Okay, so yeah, we got a lot here. Romain, right on. Yes, another mate of Ren. Roman, Maine. So it is Maine. Romain, right on. Okay. That's why I push Solaris so much. Their talent deserves to be heard and get out of the radio play or anything, like main stage for Romain. Okay. It is Romain. We have gone through the chat. Let's get into some of these songs. It's been enough time. It's been 35 minutes now. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been babbling like a babbling fool for far too long. We got to get some music up here, guys. We got to get some music up here. Where should we start? Let's start with Mr. Romain. What song from Romain should I do? I think actually, I took that back. Before you guys answer that, I think she gave me a video in that comment. So let me go see if I can find it. I don't want to just like take her suggestion and then not, not do the song she sent me. I'm pretty sure she sent me a song. So let me go back and double check. Russ from Canada. Are you in here today, Russ? Man, you've been trying really hard to get me on this Primrose Path Hex, man. You've commented that one so many times, man. Romain Axisa, French housemaid. Here's a link for the live version of Tears. Okay, bam. She sent it to me. Let's check it out. Got to make sure all my sound is set up correctly so you guys can hear it. I feel like I'm getting better at these things, but I still feel like such a noob. So bear with me. Bear with me, everybody. Oh, Rush, you are in here? I am present. What's going on, my friend? I'm telling you, Russ gonna be the president of, or vice president. He's gonna be like a director of something on Freeze the Falls board of directors one day. I think there's a couple of you guys on here. Terry, he's another one. He's another one who's you guys are just overall major supporters for that band, and because of people like you, now I am as well. So I appreciate you guys. All right, let's see. I'm gonna hit play before I pull it up, but can you guys hear this audio? I don't hear it. It's not working. Hold on, I might have put it on the wrong thing. Yep, I did. Let's try this one more time. Did you guys hear that? Oh boy, it's gonna be a tearjerker already. Oh baby, okay, we can't hear it. All right, let's pull up the video. Oh, but I could tell already this one's gonna be a good one. You guys just love to see me cry, man. I'm in too good of a mood today, I think, to cry. But you never know, man. Yeah, I never know when it's gonna take over me. I got some good tears out last night. To be honest with you, dropping my wife off at the airport this morning. Like I said, it's been a rough couple of days, and I can feel the season of depression is coming. But I am doing my best to try to stay on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I've already explained to y'all, this is a very natural thing for me. This is every day of the week, every month, every year for the rest of my life. So I'm just, you got to learn how to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So I can just feel it coming, and I'm trying my best to just not let it fully consume me. But I feel like that's how it is, like literally every single time. Speaking of consuming, shout out to Monster Energy. Make sure you guys tag them in the comments. I'm not a greedy man. I would love to be a partner. I would love to do some advertisement for you, Monster. I've been buying and supporting your product my entire life. I'm not a greedy man. Hook me up, man. All right, let's pull this video up. window capture. All right, I gotta re-properties this. Streamlabs, welcome chat, Romain. All right, boom, that looks right. All right, block my face off, and let's go ahead and rewind this back, and let's go ahead and check this out. It's really sobering immediately.
Tears rolled down my face, but my heart was screaming, I know I can, 'cause I've already seen and owned that pain, but it hasn't got easier.
Oh boy.
It's sometimes hard to move, but there's always something that I have to prove. Could it be winning, learning how to lose? Do I really need either? I hope you'll find another few tears to go, 'cause you're almost fine. There's so many years to know if your whole world seems to fade. Someone somewhere feels the same. Fear took all the space, and my hands were shaking.
You guys might get the tears, baby. I'm letting it play. Maybe I'm not even gonna pause it. I'm gonna let it build on me.
So close from breaking, then I found a place that I finally believe in. I hope you'll find another few tears to go, 'cause you're almost fine. There's so many years to know if your whole world seems to fade. Someone somewhere feels the same.
This is why I told you guys I didn't know, man. I don't know when the tears are gonna come. This is beautiful.
I hope you'll find another few tears to go, 'cause you're almost fine. There's so many years to know. I hope you'll find another few tears to go, 'cause you're almost fine. There's so many years to know if your whole world seems to fade. Someone somewhere feels the same.
Oh my god, guys! I started off with the wrong one, y'all. Like, oh, I really gotta stop listening to y'all. Y'all, I feel like y'all set me up, man. I feel like y'all just set me up. I feel like it's gonna be disappointing when you guys are like, "Oh, this one's gonna make you cry," and it doesn't. You know, I feel like that's what's gonna happen when I listen to Breathe. I'm gonna go into it in the wrong mindset, and I'm not gonna cry. I just know it. I feel like there's almost too much pressure to cry in that video now. But I feel like this song was amazing, man. It was. I'm sorry. I'm a hot fucking mess again. we're live, so I can't really just like pause it and clean myself up and kind of come back a little bit. But this one's good, man. I talk a lot about like the thing that like I relate to the most is like when you can feel that like it comes from like a real place and you can't fake it. A lot of people do, and a lot of people write it from maybe a better headspace. I think sometimes when they're writing about like a past experience, and I feel like that's when I feel like it kind of misses the ball sometimes. I think I talked about this a little bit on my live stream last week, where I'm not a fan of like the overall idea and premises of the sun will come out tomorrow, like everything will be sunshine and rainbows. Like, hold on, if you feel like letting go, you'll be okay. You know, life is pain and it's only temporary. All that bullshit. I hate all that. I can't stand it. It sounds so cliche to me, and it sounds like you writing about an experience that you don't have. And that's why I said, so I think sometimes those people might be writing it in a time where it's like, oh, I'm writing about this last year's experience, and last year was the worst year of my life. So I wrote this song about that time frame. But they don't deal with it for the rest of their lives. Does that make sense? So it's like it doesn't come from the same place. And I'm not saying that Romain over here, really hope I'm saying that right. You guys should tell me I am. I really hope that Romain over here doesn't deal with these problems. Where when you're writing about this kind of stuff, like it's coming from that kind of place. But like I said, I feel like you almost can't fake it. You have to either know it yourself or you have to feel it yourself. You have to, you guys mentioned that Ren is like one of his best mates, right? My best friend doesn't deal with the same things that I deal with. But my best friend really understands what I deal with. Does that make sense? I've talked to him so much about my stuff, and he just listened to me so much throughout my life, talk about my issues and my problems. He would know probably better than really anybody in my life, outside of probably my wife now, who, that, you know, for the last 22 fucking years, my man's been listening to me talk about this. You know, my wife, it's only been within the last 8 years. So that being said, I feel like my best friend really knows what that's like, even though he doesn't deal with that. And that's kind of where I was kind of leading to with the whole Romain thing. It's like, I hope he doesn't feel this way, but we already know that Ren does. You know what I'm saying? Ren writes about this stuff all the time. Romain might have those same thoughts, those same feelings. Maybe that's why they connect. I just don't tend to have made a lot of friends in my personal life in terms of like the actual people. I haven't had a lot of like really, really close people that dealt with like the exact same things as me. Some different scenarios. I've met a lot of people, but nobody who's not that we stayed in contact with like forever. Does that make sense? Like the way that I'm equivalent this guy with Ren. So all that being said, this song like just everything about it just gives you the real factor. Like like I said, like, you know, I went into this song with an overall good, happy mindset. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, I'm a little cloudy today, but I'm in a good mood, right? I'm in a positive mood. I'm not in that kind of mood. I feel like I got a little bit of that out this morning when I was listening to. I'm gonna give you guys a shout out. I'm gonna give the band a shout out because I don't know if they're independent or not. I don't know enough about them. But I'm going to give you guys a song. I posted it in my stories this morning on my Instagram. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I would really appreciate it if you did. I could use some more supporters, and I could probably use maybe a little bit of advice on what you guys would like to see on there probably too. That would also probably work really well. But the song that saved my life this morning, you know, I stopped putting that on my Instagram that way because I feel like a lot of people maybe were taking it the wrong way, and I didn't want it to come across as morbid as it might sound. But you guys have heard me talk about this a few times, that, music saves my life daily. And the song that saved my life this morning that I got all the tears out to was the song called Okay, Not All Right by this artist named Denim, D-E-N-M, like all capitalized. Okay, Not All Right. That was the song I listened to this morning. So, like I said, that was kind of like more or less pushing off the depression for a couple more weeks. For a couple more weeks of like, you're going to be all right. And then I come into this one, first one off the rip, first one off the bat, we do this one. And I break on camera the very first song. I don't know what else more I can say about this song because I don't feel like I've really said a lot about it. Other than the fact that this song is extremely beautiful. I love it. I love it a lot. Like I said, it made me cry the first time I listened to it, which is not an easy thing to do. Normally, it's like I have to listen to it a couple times, and like they start flowing, and those lyrics start just resonating in your brain, and they just start just tattooing into your mind a little bit, and that's when the tears really start coming out. But man, when that line about like you're almost fine, like fuck me, like I can't even explain that line to you guys. I can't even give you a synopsis of what that means to me. Just that sense of like when you deal with this stuff so much and you feel so good some days, but you always know that it's going to come back, and you always know that you got to prepare for that. Like, you're gonna fall that much harder if you think it's never going to come back around. That idea of like, you're just so close to just being what we, like I said, consider to be like a normal person. You know what I mean? I hate to say that because I got yelled at for, calling people normies and saying that we're part of some club and all that kinds of stuff. But you've already heard me talk about that too, that's not where I'm coming from when I say that. That I wish that I dealt with normal depression. I wish it was normal for me that way. I wish that I didn't have PTSD. I wish I didn't have all these things. I really do. I feel like everybody that does wishes that. You know what I mean? Hence the reason why, just the overall thoughts about self-harm and the history I've had with that. You know what I mean? Like when you want so badly to try to be better, but you just know that there's like almost like a cap on it. Like, you can't get better than X point. Like, it's kind of fucked up to say that, but at the same time, like I said, you gotta be prepared for, like, if you're somebody like me, and I hope you're not. I really do. I really hope you're not. I hope that you just have more or less these little waves of what I would consider normal bouts of depression. But if you're like me, you have to be prepared for the reality that this is forever. It's not going to change. Some people have said, like, well, you can't think like that because then you're allowing yourself to get back into it, right? I'm not allowing myself to get back into anywhere. It's a constant battle of trying to get out of the quicksand all the time, every single day, getting out of the quicksand. That what was it? The Jungle Book movie, that they made the live action, the very first like live action one they made a long time ago in the 90s. I think it was a Jungle Book movie. At the very beginning of that movie, there's a whole scene with quicksand. That always fascinated me. That scene has stuck out in my mind forever. It might even be the wrong movie, but I'll never forget that quicksand sand in the beginning. That's what it feels like having this. That you're already in it. There is no getting out. There is no lifeline. There's no rope. It's just you trying to climb out of it. And sometimes you can get to the top and you can kind of breathe for a minute, but you're still in it. It's still going to drag you back down. It's not letting it consume you. It's the reality of just where you are, and that it's not changeable. I feel like I've been babbling for a hot fucking minute, so I'm going to go ahead and check the chat. Oh boy, I feel like there's probably so much in here that I need to catch up on. Oh boy, where are we? Oh man, I got questions in here too. Oh yeah, I got a lot of things to catch up on here. Hey Johnny, what is your go-to music? That is a great question, Claire. That's an absolute great question. I think that honestly changes a lot. It does. It does, and it's pretty fluid, to be honest with you. It's not consistent, and it's not any one particular genre. I would say that if when it comes to like maybe a go-to, when it comes to like my ultimate bags, if you will, like I said, I've been a major hip hop fan. Probably from the time that I was probably about 11 or 12 years old was probably when I really started getting into hip hop. So I do listen to a lot of hip hop because hip hop just puts me in a better mood. Does that make sense? Hip hop just gives me different perspective and different just like feelings listening to it, and that's what I've liked about it. I've always found more lyrical rappers to be, or storytellers, always to be more my favorite. And I've always been drawn to people that tell their stories, no matter who it is. You know what I mean? It's cool that you can put a lot of different like double entendres together and make cool rhyming schemes and all that kinds of stuff. That's all fun. But I really want to get like the real from you. You know, a lot of people like make references to people like I think his name is NF. He's like a white rapper that talks a lot about like mental health, right? And I like some of his stuff, but at the same time, it is like a very much like a mood and a vibe. So I have a very vast taste. It's like I said, it does change frequently. Lately, especially since I've done my YouTube channel, I've been listening to way more of the artists that I've been finding through YouTube. You know, like so like artists like Ren. Like I can't allow myself to go to the full discography yet, but every song I have listened to that I can listen to now ends up in my playlist and ends up getting a lot of playtime shortly after that. I've been listening to a lot of Freeze the Fall. I listen to them pretty much almost every day. I like a lot of like pop punk. I grew up on like Blink 182 and like Green Day, Fall Out Boy, Newfound Glory, Saves the Day, like all that kind of just I love the idea of pop punk because I think what pop punk is a place where people who don't have the greatest voice can still make music. That's what I feel like. That's what I love about rock music is not everybody has to be a great singer in order for you to make entertaining stuff. Newfound Glory is the perfect example of that. Some people would say, how could the hell could you listen to his voice? And I just don't feel that way when I listen to him. I think that it is a home for places for people who don't have the greatest singing voices to be able to still follow and pursue their dreams, make music, and put it out there. And people like me love it. I love it. I love Newfound Glory. I've loved every record they put out. I don't think they've had a bad record. They've had better ones than others. But again, acquired taste. So I love pop punk. I'm a big. People call me an elder emo. So really anything in the emo bag, screamo. I love all that stuff as well. I'm not really as much of a metalhead, if you will. I appreciate some metal, and I dabble in all of the genres. You know what I mean? So it just really depends on overall styles and things like that. And it really just changes a lot. Like I said, I'll go through waves for like a month where all I'll listen to is just like, you know, people like that Mexican OT and Big X Plug. I'll just listen to like hip hop, and then I'll start going on a path of like listening to a bunch of rappers that I used to listen to when I was like 13, 14, going down all that kinds of stuff. And I'll get on that kick for a minute, and then I'll hop on the next kick. Right now, I've been listening to a lot of this band called New Aesthetic. They're brand new out of San Diego. I believe they're also independent. They just came out with a new song. I got to probably do a reaction to their video. I did one reaction to the very first thing I actually saw from them, and they won me over like the first time. They reminded me of like when I was 15 that I would have loved the band like them. So I love the fact that they have come back around and that we're seeing those kinds of bands still be generated, even though they're not popular anymore. So, and a long way to answer that question, my taste changes daily, if that makes any sense. It just it's what I wake up to and what I'm running to that day. And like I said, Freeze the Fall has been a lot. Like, you know, I've been listening to a lot of Petty Hendrix as well. He's a newer artist out there. He's, I believe, Minnesota via Los Angeles now. Another unique individual in the over idea of like pop punk emo, if you will. But I like him as well. I'm trying so much more harder now, I think, today to listen to the little person than I am to listen to the band that I've been listening to for 10, 15 years that is putting out a new song today. Does that make sense? I still check it out and I still listen to it and I still like it, but they already have a fan base. They already have a big group of people that are supporting them. So I try to focus and put a lot more of my time and energy on that now, especially since starting my YouTube channel. So if I find them via YouTube and I rock with them, I'm listening to them a lot and I'm promoting their stuff on my Instagram a lot. I'm trying to do the same thing on YouTube with like resharing stuff when I'm finding them. I really like Bad Flower a lot too. Dead Poet Society, the band behind me on the wall. I love this band. It's probably my wife's favorite band. That's the next concert I'm going to is Dead Poet Society in Atlanta. So if anybody of you guys are going to be in Atlanta around Thanksgiving this year, I might buy you a ticket to come with me to Dead Poet Society. If you're down in Atlanta and you don't know who they are, I might buy you a ticket just to come hang out with me that day. And come check this band out because I love them that much and they really are that great live. And honestly, I'm going to say this to you guys on here. They've just been on tour with the wrong band lately. You know, this band right here, Highly Suspects. I think Johnny Terrible is great. I love his music, but his fan base is not him. You know what I mean? His fan base is a hardened crew of individuals, man. When I went to their show, and that's what I'm saying, like when you walk into a Highly Suspect show, I've been in 2 different locations in 2 different states now, and they were both the same, both places. That's a lot of like real bikers, like real bikers. And so the energy in that environment is just, it's different. You know what I mean? Like it's in a place where you really don't want to step out of line. You don't want to start problems with nobody. And everybody's kind of not enjoying it for the same reasons that I typically run to enjoying concerts. So I feel like Dead Poet has just been kind of on tour with the wrong crowd. You're appealing to the wrong market. You know, they're not going to like you. They need to go on tour with Bad Flower because when they were on tour with Bad Flower, that's how you're going to grow your fan base. And so I hope they did a whole thing with them, like reviewing their music and stuff. I really hope they're going on tour because I will go to probably almost half the cities if they go on tour together. Just to try to get some of you guys out there to see them as well because both of those bands are fantastic if you haven't heard either of them. I don't think technically either of them are considered independent, but both amazing, both worth checking out. Both people that tell their stories. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm drawn to storytellers always first and foremost. That's what gets me. That's why I feel like Angelina Jordan is so unique for my catalog because Angelina Jordan doesn't write a lot of the music she sings. She does, but not the same way that we're talking about like a Ren, or the same way that we're even talking about like a band like Dead Poet, or even The Warning. You know what I'm saying? Like any of those bands, they're consistently writing their stuff, telling their stories, giving their messages. Angelina Jordan is more or less like just a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenal vocal talent, if that makes sense. And she does write her own stuff, but like I said, just different overall vibe, different thought process when it comes to her. Oh my God, Johnny, I don't think you have seen Sam Tompkins yet. He is another friend of Ren's. Yep, I haven't seen Sam Tompkins either, so I'm going to have to probably add him to the list. It sounds like Romain the Lettuce, Johnny. Okay, just making sure. I've been reading people say his name for a minute now, and I'm like, is it Romain or Roman? Because I'm like, I've met people named Roman, but never met anybody named Romain. But I'm also, again, a Caucasian man from America who's only traveled abroad to very limited places. Never been to the UK. Would love to go. Russ, you are present. I saw that earlier. Same. Hey, I just got promoted to the crew. Yeah, please. You're definitely on the crew for sure, man. Hey, greetings from Norway. Hey, all the way from Norway. So great to see you. If you like a great independent band with funky good music, check out Machine Supremacy. Ooh, okay. Great song to start with. We Pendulum. Hope you have a great day, mate. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm going to go ahead and add them to my list right now, just so I have it. Where is it? Machine Supremacy. Pendulum. We'll go ahead and add that to the list so that way we have it. You guys just watch me fuck all of that spelling up. Yep, that's all kinds of fucked up. Let's try it one more time. Machine Supremacy. Was it Pendulum? I think it was what it's called. Ooh, and there's a live version? Should I do the live version? Pendulum guitar playthrough live. Okay, that's not the kind of jump that I'm looking for. Interesting. We got a little video here. We'll just leave this here. Backing vocals with something excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this. Save to playlist. Indie artist. Boom. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. All right, yeah, Monster Energy. Let's go ahead. Shout out to Monster Energy for unofficially supporting this. They don't pay me to say this. Shout out to them. His voice and Ren's are very similar. Yeah, he really does have such a similar voice to him. That's kind of one of the things I thought about initially in that video, was how much he did kind of remind me and sound like Ren in the beginning. And then I started like noticing the differences and the nuances of his voice, but there is a lot of similarities there for sure. Ren truly surrounds himself with musical gods who walk the earth. What an amazing time to be alive and witness such an awesome thing. Yeah, like I said, I feel like we're going to have an entire day pretty much every week to just dedicate it to Ren and friends, if you will. I'm going to turn that off for a minute. I still got a lot of chat to catch up on. I'm so sorry, guys. If you guys came on here to give me like a million reactions, I'm slowly getting into them. I feel like I'm talking more than I'm actually doing, reacting to music. Johnny, you're good with us. I still love his voice in the way his French accent pronounces certain words. Yeah, just he's different, man. And it like you guys said, like Ren surrounds himself with some really talented folks, and between what I just witnessed, between that, like Chinchilla, I still thinking about that fingers, like, you know, one by one. Oh, God, them. Oh, that shit is so fire. Oh my God, Chinchilla is so amazing. Oh my God, I didn't even know what to do in that moment. I watched that reaction back of my own video, and I'm like, what was I even doing? I'm like, I didn't even say barely anything in this video. I was like, I'm watching it now like so much more hype than I was. That's what I said. I gotta go into these recordings with better all mentalities, because I feel like I create better content when I do. If you want to get technical, anything of the Warning before their era going to be played tonight, since their first two albums were independent. Yes, that is my plan for the Warning right now, is to go back through their old stuff, because I'm so sick of hearing everybody tell me about how they hate the new album. There's so much 50-50 with that new record from the Warning, and I love it. And I hate the fact that, like, I'm a new fan to the Warning. I came in on the album that everybody is like, oh, this one sucks. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and not everybody. There's a lot of you, especially you guys probably on this chat today. You guys do like pretty much everything the Warning does. And that's kind of how I'm at. As I was like, I like everything that they've done. I'm also just realistic in the fact that, like, you know, if you want to get bigger and now you're signed and you're working with other artists, you're going to have to come up with something that doesn't sound like you're pandering to a bunch of guys in their 60s and 70s. I know that they don't want to hear that, but I think the Warning would rather appeal to a younger audience than people who are old enough to be their grandfathers. So I think the Warning Army needs to also remember that. So when you get mad at them for writing new stuff and sounding like, oh, this isn't for us, it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be for a younger audience. That's not about to cross into the afterlife. No offense to anybody who might be of that kind of age. And mind you, there's a lot of you out there that I know you are the exceptions to that rule. And I speak very genuinely about that, because I haven't gotten any kind of weird comments from the Warning in a while. So I do better when I stick with their old stuff, because then everybody just like talks about how much they love the old stuff. They don't talk about how much the new stuff disappoints them. The Skinner Brothers are also an amazing band from the UK. Yeah, I actually posted them again today on my Instagram. They're getting to do a show, I think, in Bristol, over there in the UK, that they're getting ready and promoting for. So I've been sharing that for anybody who's out that way. I've really been liking the Skinner Brothers. A few of you guys have told me it's not really your bag and it's not really your style, and that's totally good. And that's what I'm saying. I don't expect everything that you guys to send me that you expect me to like it, and I don't think everything I show you guys I expect you to like it either. So that's perfectly fine. But I've been kind of digging the Skinner Brothers. I think that they're a unique band, and I like their overall energy. I like they sound youthful, they sound exhilarating, and they just sound like I said, they're unique. I can't really pinpoint anybody else that I think has had a sound similar to theirs, and kind of the way that they kind of mesh a few groups together. Overall sounds, I really like their energy. This is great. My absolute favorite Romain song is Time After Time. He also does a Nancy Sinatra cover. Oh boy. Yeah, he's a great singer. I can imagine him doing some really great covers. It's going to blow everybody's mind if you haven't seen it. Appreciate how much music moves you. I am the same. Oh, that just got fucked up. Hold on, where is it? Can you find? Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, but jump down too far. That's what I'm saying. I'm way behind in the chat, so I got to try to catch up a little bit. Because I don't even think I've gotten to any of the parts where I started crying yet. Sounds like romaine lettuce. Okay, I remember that. Monster Energy. Red surrounds himself with gods. Yep. Never apologizing for experiencing an emotion. We support you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Elsie. You're so supportive. You guys, all of you guys really are. You guys are all so very supportive. I appreciate how much the music moves you. I am the same way. I cry more when I listen to music than any other time in my life. Yeah, I don't cry really a lot, really in general. Other than music. Music is the thing that gets me probably to break the most. Either that or some really in-depth conversations with my wife about my issues. That will get me to tear up every once in a while when I start thinking about like how much I feel like I might be a disappointment to her. And those kinds of things. That's when I start getting all kinds of teary-eyed. I miss her. She's gone. She's on a work trip for a couple of days, so she's gone for a few days. Let's change the mood with Ray Oscar winning Tears Live. Is that really changing the mood, fam? Is it really changing the mood? That one just sounds like a tearjerker, but at the same time, maybe it's not. Maybe it's like the polar opposite. Everyone has their own shit to deal with, Johnny. Some have a tougher journey than others. Never apologize for yours. Thank you so much, Dale. Again, all you guys are so supportive. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, you know, when if you know what this really feels like, you would never want anybody else to feel this way. Even if you didn't like them, you wouldn't wish it on them. You really wouldn't. That is one of those things when people say that, I believe it 1,000%. Because I'm the same way. There's a lot of people out there that I don't fuck with, but I wouldn't want them to deal with the same thing I deal with. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want it for anybody. Same, I have no genre. I love all kinds, and sometimes people don't get it. Yeah, that's the thing is people, when I say I like it all, I do. That's the other thing too, right? Is I'm over here promoting some song from Poppy that sounds like a Madonna song from the 80s. And all the metalheads are so mad about it because they're like, oh, it's not Poppy screaming. Oh, my God. All we like is when Poppy screams. Why is she doing this? But I love that song. Their new song, Crystallized, I love it. I love it. She is special. She is different. She is an artist. She's an acquired taste again, but you know, if you're into that kind of thing, I love that new Poppy song. I think it's great. See, every time I feel like I keep getting lost. I keep getting lost in the chats. Skinner Brothers, we talked about that. Everyone has to deal with their own stuff. Yep, we deal like that too. The war in my head started with people that shouldn't have protected my well-being. Oh boy. Yep, that's that. Now we're getting into a whole discussion of what we were kind of knocking on the door earlier. Genre fluid. Yep, absolutely. That is me. Like I said, country music is, oh my god. You know, I was talking about this I talked about this either on last live stream or a couple of live streams ago. I said that what was I talking about? I'm trying to remember because I don't think it was recent. It was probably a while back, so I might have to reiterate something. If you've watched my Who is Johnny Foxtrot video, where I talk about like my history of like a little bit of who I am and all that kinds of stuff, and like why I love music and all that kinds of stuff, if you've ever seen that video, I made a reference in there about how the song by The Fray, How to Save a Life, if I hear that song in public, it just makes me like instantaneously just want to take a gun and swallow the bullet. No offense. And no, sorry, trigger warning for that. Like, it just, that is honestly how it makes me feel in the moment. On the wrong day. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, I would rather end it all than listen to this fucking song. It takes me right back to being like 16 years old, working at Sonic, listening to that song every single day, like 10 times a day. Like working and it being on Sonic radio every day, and I hated it then and I hate it now, and I know a lot of people love that song and it's helped a lot of people, but it doesn't do that for me. And that's why I said I am the weird one, that sometimes the ones that are supposed to be for me are not for me. They're not, and I can't stand it. Me and my wife went out to dinner last night, and they were playing the music at this restaurant. My God, it was one of those moments where I was like, if the wrong song comes on next, I might have a mental breakdown in this restaurant because this music, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I can deal with a little bit of pop, but like when it's just like that same kind over and over again, it was some of the most cringy pop music I've heard in a while. You know what I mean? And I will be the guy to tell you that One Direction, they had a couple of those cringy songs that actually weren't that terrible. Not saying that I listen to them now. Not saying that I like them now or anything like that. They're not in any of my playlists. But there was a couple of those songs where I was like, for a pop song, it's kind of good. You know what I mean? I don't hate it. You know what I mean? The In Passing. You know what I'm saying? The In Passing. It's not bad. It's not that bad. So that's how I enjoy some pop, right? Is like I can do it that way. But that in modern day country, can't do it. Like they were playing Dan and Shay last night. I was doing the whole Shazam on the songs. I'm like, who the fuck is this? I bet you it's this, some kind of thing. Dan and Shay. Yeah, I get it. They're selling out stadiums. People love their music, but that is not for me. That is not that crowd I want to be a part of. I'm sorry if any of you guys love Dan and Shay. I'm sure they have some great songs. Meet me at the altar, Susie! Oh my God, what a shout out. Yes, love them. Fucking love them. All female pop punk band. Love them. That's such a great shout out. They are fantastic. I've been following them for a couple years now. I really love them. I think that they're going to be great. I think that they're on a good start as a very young band, and I feel like they're going to only get better. So I really like them a lot. Yeah, I follow all three of the girls on their Instagram. They're fantastic. Yes, thank you for shouting them out today. Yeah, I'm so glad to hear somebody else mention their name. I'm convinced that 95% of every genre sucks and 5% is amazing. Look for that 5%. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel, right? It's like, I can't say I only listen to metalcore, or I don't listen to this, I don't listen to that. It's like I dabble in all of it, and I try to find what I think is the best of all of it. Does that make sense? And the bands that I think have the potential to make good stuff in the future. That's how I felt about our friend, if you like her, Billie Eilish, as Ashleyna called her once. But Billie Eilish, my perspective on Billie Eilish is that when she turns like 27, when she starts like getting out of the young adult phase of her life, I think she's going to be probably one of my favorite artists. I think because what I saw in someone who was, I think, 15 or 16, the first time I ever saw anything that she did, I could tell that she was different. And I could tell that she was an artist and that she was going to create music that was going to be great. And I think that we just haven't even hit that part of her repertoire yet, is how I feel about her. I feel like she is only going to get better, and the older she gets is when I'm waiting for those records. Does that make sense? The ones she's writing right now, they're not for me. They're for younger women and a different audience. But I think the older she gets, it's going to become more relatable to everybody. And I think that's when my real fandom of Billie Eilish will start, I think, is she just got a couple more years when maybe not her next record, but like the one after, I think is probably going to be the one that I will say today is probably going to be, the kind of that I'm looking for. Like the new album from Halsey. I've liked her for a long time as well. And I think the same thing about her. She's gone through a time and a phase where some of her music just wasn't going to be for me. But she was going to eventually write a lot of those songs that I knew that she threw a little bit of those in there, like throughout her catalog. And eventually you're going to give us like a whole album of like artistic as fuck. And that's what I think that I'm excited about with Halsey's new project coming out. That whole Great Impersonator album, I think it's coming out next month, I think it is, or sometime soon. But yeah, I'm really excited about that one as well, because I think it's going to be another good one from her. Can you fly me over? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they go on tour, I might have to fly somebody and get somebody to get some tickets to a show to come see some of these bands. I feel so bad for you guys, especially if you guys are like over there, like in the UK and stuff. I forget, somebody mentioned, I think like the Netherlands or something. And they're like, oh my God, mate, like I'm never going to be able to make it to a Warning show unless I go somewhere. And I was like, I do feel for any of you guys that it's really difficult to be able to get the chance to even see some of the bands that you like. That's kind of how I feel about like the Skinner Brothers, right? If they were an American band, I'd be going to that Bristol show. You know what I'm saying? If I was in the UK, I'd go to that show that they're promoting, because I like going to smaller shows. I am the junkie for that. I don't like going to like the big stadium shows as much. Like, I see a lot of people out there going to like, the big Evanescence show and the big this and that show. I liked my small intimate Warning show. I like the venues that are more designed for that kind of setting. That's why I like going to see all these bands that have started their journey, because the environment's smaller. You're not going to some big thing and you're just watching them from a distance. Like, I go to those shows, maybe like I pick like typically like one stadium run like a year, and just depending on who it is that's going and who I really want to see. But yeah, I'm a way more the guy that's gonna buy the cheaper ticket to go to more shows. I'm definitely that guy. Oh, I feel like I'm back. Oh, see, I feel like I am so far behind the chat, guys. You guys have probably had so many different conversations that I'm probably so behind on. I was 6 feet from Aria at Freeze the Fall on Saturday, and she is an absolute gunslinger of a bassist. I saw the pictures that some of the fans got for the shows. All of them look so great for that Halloween little show that they just put on in Freeze the Fall recently. They look so great. I wish I could have gone. I will. I'm going to get my chance one day. It just wasn't going to be this fast in the journey. Older Warning fan and absolutely love Kill Me Fed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Keep Me Fed is so great. I love it. It's such a good album. I can't believe people don't like it. I get everything subjective. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I'm just surprised that people don't like it. I think it's a good Warning album. Hey, Polskapa, what's going on, Po? Tracy, I see you as well. How's it going? Like I said, I'm so far behind on this chat. I'm so sorry if I have not said hi to you, some of you guys. Genre independent, love that. I went Technicolor. Uh-oh, did I switch up? Mushroom Johnny. My sister listens to pop, and I haven't been able to convert her yet. The most obscure. Yeah, I can't do no Ariana Grande. I can't do no Dua Lipa. I can't do all that stuff. I can't do it. There's a few of them out there that I find entertaining and they're interesting. I just don't listen to their music. It's like I said, it's just not made for me. I feel like that's more made. That kind of music is more made for the casual music listener, I feel. And that's not a bad thing either. But I just don't trust your opinion. Does that make sense? If you're not a music nerd, why do I care that you say that Dua Lipa or Taylor Swift or whoever is the best singer of all time? You know what I mean? I'm like, you only love her. That's kind of how I feel about a lot of the Warning fans is you can say that the Warning is the greatest band to ever exist today. Right? Like, it's the best band to exist since Led Zeppelin and all that, whatever the hell that they all say. But you only love them. Who else do you listen to? Where is your opinion coming from? What are you comparing it to? You know, you're saying that you don't listen to anybody else because the Warning is the only thing worth listening to. Well, how much else have you checked out there? Because if I thought that everything that I had found was the best, that 5% that Russ was talking about earlier, if I found that 5% in all those genres, I never would have found the Warning. I never would have found Ren. Sometimes people are just on something that you're not on yet. You know what I personally can never transcribe to just loving one band. It's not enough for me. It's never going to be enough. And if that's how I feel a lot of times that, like, when it comes to pop music, is like, oh, you know, you love this artist and you're going to spend $1,000 to go see Taylor Swift and go sit in the rafters just so you could be in the room to watch the speck of her little ant self down on the stage, and you're at the very top paying $1,000 because that's the only concert you're going to, the only one that you care about, and you don't give a shit about any other artist that's out there because T Swift is the one for you. I got some hate today on comparing Sophia Azella to the opposite of Taylor Swift, and they were like, I really don't like that you did that because why did you have to put Taylor Swift down? I didn't. What I said was Taylor Swift does it this way, and Sophia Azella does it the complete polar opposite way. But it's the same thing. It's a comparison. It's not a slight on anybody. But yeah, like I said, on the internet, you're always going to say something that pisses somebody off. They're always going to take it the wrong way. That is the difference between a stan and a fan. I can let you know right now that person had like some sort of like Taylor Swift for life in their title. Does that make sense? The same way that people have like Disciple of Ale and Pal Can Do No Wrong Forever, like as their handle. You expect those things from those kinds of people. Are we doing mushrooms, Poe? I am not on mushrooms. I am not. I wish I had some. You know, I haven't done mushrooms in a very long time. Mushrooms would be fun. But no, I am not on mushrooms today. If anybody's got some, I need to set up a PO box. Send me some shrooms. I'm just kidding. Don't do drugs, kids. It's bad. It's bad. Well, I mean, mushrooms, they're not really drugs. It's an actual thing from the earth, and it's not altered. So it's not really a drug if it's not altered. Where are we at now? Are we doing mushrooms? No, we're not. Was that Romain you did a few minutes ago? It was Romain that I did a few minutes ago. He's fantastic, by the way. If you're just starting in, joining in new to the chat and all that, we checked out Romain's song. We have not been very good today, guys, about checking out new songs. I'm so sorry. I'm terrible about that. I'm sorry. I've been talking and babbling, and we have not been listening to that much music. I'm gonna catch up on this chat right now, and then we're gonna get into the next song, because we've been going for an hour and a half, and I've only listened and reacted to one independent artist today, so we're gonna have to get into another one. I can handle a few country songs, not many, nothing twangy though. Yep, same. Have I done Acoustic Murder yet? No, I have not, and I will this week. I promise you that. That is the next Ren video I'm doing, is going to be that Acoustic Murderer video. Absolutely. I feel the same as bands in Germany. Saw Halsey twice live. Badlands was really interesting. Gasoline in particular. I saw Halsey when she had blue hair, and she was opening for a UK band, actually at the exact same venue that I saw The Warning at. And I fell in love with Halsey when she was like 16. I think she was like 16 or 17 on that tour. Again, you know, sometimes you just notice. You could just tell that there's something different about this person, and there's nobody else really like them today. And then a bunch of copycats kind of come out the woodwork. And then, you know, that's why you hear a bunch of people that sound like Halsey and sound like Billie Eilish, that you hear a bunch of copycats because they were like the first ones or the best of that group. And that's what rose. You know what I mean? That's the kind of pop artist that I don't get mad at, because there's a reason you became popular. Justin Bieber, again, very multi-talented, but he didn't write his own record like Billie Eilish did. I know I keep calling her that, but Billie Eilish wrote her own record with her brother. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference there. Justin Bieber just is a remarkable talent, but he doesn't have the same talents that someone like that has. You know what I mean? And that's no offense to Justin Bieber at all. Like I said, I think that he has been extremely talented. I've been watching him since he came on the scene too. You know what I mean? His first album, you know, when I was in the military, I never forget that. I'm gonna call you one time. You know what I mean? That little Justin Bieber, man. Like, oh my God, like he was popping up all over the place, and I loved how so many men, so many Anthrax wearing, Slayer wearing t-shirts were like, fuck Justin Bieber. I can't believe that little girl's like a 15-year-old boy. You know what I mean? I was like, he's not for you. He's not supposed to be. He's not supposed to be gaining Metallica fans. Like, why are you picking on a child? Because the little girls like him. Like, come on, fam. Come on. Let these pop artists eat, man. He was cute. He was talented. Let him do his thing. He had some catchy songs. Tracy, that one hasn't been done yet. Yep. Like I said, that one is definitely going to be happening this week. I won tickets to the Skinner Brothers show in Bristol, but they don't have a passport yet, so I passed on them. Yeah, Skinner Brothers, man. I like them. Like I said, I'm gonna have to keep going with them, because I feel like they have a little bit of a vast repertoire within their group as well. So I feel like they're already in a unique situation too. Send me some of those shrooms. Gotta pick my concerts carefully, man. That's why I gotta be confident in the artist and the limited money and time. Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I would rather have a bad concert experience and go see a band that lets me down a little bit for the $40-$50 and still enjoyed the overall experience. Does that make sense? Like, you know, I'm okay with a little bit of a letdown. I don't expect every band to blow me away and be amazing. You know what I mean? I just expect you to be decent and that I enjoy myself. You know what I mean? And that's where, like, you know, it's just going to depend on whether I'm going to come back. You know, am I going to keep coming back to your shows? That's why I can't spend $200 to $300 on one ticket for somebody to go sit in a stadium so far away, because I'm just not going to enjoy it the same. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to enjoy it the same. The environment isn't the same, and it's just, if the show sucks, then you just really feel like you wasted a lot of your money. You know what I mean? You feel like you wasted so much of your money and it's that much more of a bum, of a bummer. Cough, Primrose Path. Yeah, we're gonna go in a completely different direction if we go that way from Romain. All right, I think I am caught up on the comments for the most part. So awesome. Which one should we do next? I don't know if I can go Primrose Path, man. I already know what that one's gonna sound like. I don't know if I'm in that kind of mood today. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming off a cry. I don't know if I want to get into I'm gonna put a spell on you, Hex. City of Sound, absolutely. I think yes, I did. I had promised Aaron that one. That's a great one to do next. Let's do City of Sound. I got them saved already somewhere. Let me pull up my little playlist. Indie artists. Nope, I want to look at it. I would like to look at it, please. City of Sound. Here we go. Yeah, let's check them out. I was told that these guys were like pretty much fully independent and that they make it all themselves. Love, love, love the sound of that. Let's go ahead and check out this song, Us by City of Sound. Oh, let's go, baby. I like this riff. Let's go.
Signal the trace of a heartbeat. Bring back the futures we lost. Tear down the anthem still rising. I know it's not too late for us. Out of sight, time and reason. I hope to be better. Are we meant to cross the dying lines and walk to promise together? I'm a distant defeatist. Horizons will never forget how a way where love was captured and drowned and laid in the forest. Echoes of those damaging ones set out to wonders that I see. Your fear signs are kingdoms to come. Heroes, I know their light still grows. I know it's not too late for us.
Let's go, baby. I like his voice, man, for sure. For sure. I love that opening riff. That riff is super sick and super nasty. I do have a little bit of like a wish that they would. I wish that the mixing was done a little bit different. I feel like they could have maybe like just cleaned up his vocal just a little bit, raised the volume on it. I think a little bit as well would have probably helped a little bit with the overall mixing. And I really wish that they would have made that like the riff kind of in that chorus just a lot more like, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess it's just loud, like loud and exciting. Like I feel like it's there, the idea and the concept is there, but like it just not quite executed. I think in the way that I think would have made it just that much better. But overall, I love what I'm seeing. That riff is super sick. I really like his voice. When they switched it up, like they had that little part with like the violin was like a huge like little like boom, like a right hook out of nowhere that was like, we do this part too. Like we have like another flair to it. So it's like really cool to see that. I think the lyrical content is good. Like I said, just at the end of the day, I think a little bit of mixing can make it sound better, and it would be just that much more triumphant, if you will. But overall, really like the overall vibe and energy and the sound of this band. I love his necklace too. Random side note.
Echoes of those damaging ones set out to wonders that I see. Your fierce sons are kingdoms to come. Heroes I know, their light still grows. I know it's not too late for us.
Ooh, that falsetto, baby! Let's go! I'm a sucker for it, baby. I'm a sucker for the falsetto. I love a guy who sings high. I love a guy who sings high.
I've been trying to grab the stars, align the winds, and hold it together. Shattered silent reflections I carry the very moment of a world gone by, so desperate to find this poet's emotion.
Come up, bring it back, baby. Give me that riff, baby. Give me that riff.
The trace of a heartbeat, bring back the futures we lost, tear down the anthems still rising. I know it's not too late for us. Sing of the trace of a heartbeat, bring back the futures we lost, tear down the anthems still rising. Echoes of those damaging ones set out to wonders that I see. Your fierce sons are kingdoms to come. Heroes I know, their light still grows. I know it's not too late for us. Many lives to overcome, and we all enough. Now it's too late. It's too late for us. It's too late for us. It's too late. It's too late. I know it's not too late.
Oh man, that was fire. This is fire, man. I like this a lot. Thank you so much, Aaron, for this suggestion. Like I said, as far as let's go ahead and subscribe. We gotta do this every time now, guys. I didn't do this in the last one. We gotta like it. We gotta boost it. We gotta come through and boost. We gotta start liking, like. Just make sure that everybody is making sure. Here, thanks to your reactions to the warning, good tune, blah 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 blah. Nice, congratulations. Just want to make sure that you're selecting like the nice comments, not the bad ones. Hey, I'm Army. I'm here from WJ's channel, blah blah blah. I don't know who that means. The warning brought me here. Good stuff. Oh, this slaps. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add up a little Rock Teddy at the top, because these guys are great. So we're going to add a little Rock Teddy. I don't know why it does the double, but it does. Let's go ahead and erase that. And yeah, that was sick, man. I really like this song a lot. I mentioned earlier already about kind of like the overall just mixing of the song. And I think that, you know, it kind of, same thing kind of just held truth for me, I think, in terms of the overall, like the rest of the way that the song went. Like, you know, when they started hitting them with the drum grooves like there at the end, I was like, this could just sound so much more like boom da pat da boom da pat. Like, you know, it could have just been that much more like smack in that way. But I think overall, like the song structure, his voice, what they had orchestrated, it sounds like a great demo. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like a really, really great demo. And if they would just go back and maybe touch this up a little bit, they could make it that much better, because it has all the foundations of what it needs to be a great and amazing. I thought this was great. Thank you so much, Aaron, for this suggestion. Let's get back in this chat. Let's find out what we're going to do next. We are not going to put this much of a gap between this and the next reaction. I don't even know where my chat went. I don't know. Where did it go? Turn that off. It's over here on the side. Where did the other one go? Oh, there it is. Boom. Glad you liked that one. Yeah, man, this was a good one. I like this. I love this vibe, this energy. Everything about this one was right up my alley. Like I said, I really like Homeboy's like fingernails painted, his overall ring swag, like just his overall vibe, like is sick. And the fact that they had the violin playing in there, I could see their music being something that I really would actually really get into a lot. I liked what I saw here for sure. Please do Pete and Baz for a laugh. T-Pain, it's really short. All right, let's do something fun. I'm just going to jump right into it just because you said that. I'm going to just do something fun. Pete and Baz, T-Pain. Pete and Baz, T-Pain. Pete and Baz. I'm not going to get shut down for me, right? It's still independent? Are we still working independent over here? Oh, boy. Oh man, what is this? All right, let's turn this back on and let's find out what this is all about. 999. These guys from the Warning Army?
I spin fellas, my swing quicker than Federer. I serve packing the bands back on the regular. And I'ma tell her how she sing for me, T-Pain. Your mama's hooked on the packs, I'll be selling her. I click Amazon, bang, I'm a...
That's kind of a hard bar, though. I'm not gonna lie. Off the bat, that's kind of a hard bar. Your mama's hooked on the packs I've been selling her? Fire, old man, fire!
I sing, I feel his head with the lead like a mukbang. The magazine made me lean when I walk in the drumstick will make a net bang like a punk band. Hop in the cab, I'm banging me crossword. Heading the west and I'm banging a posh bird. Couple of cans and a puff on me death stick. Click on me fingers, he's cutting me cough dead. Ringing the bow bells, bringing the website. I'm flinging the dry food, bringing the cassette. They're belling me non-stop, sending the lads there. Hopping me drop top, I'm running a man down. Mr. Big Bucks, I'll be looking at business. Dressed to kill, mama got me up on a Rick list. Pole position, had a fella running the distance. I'll be banging, giving the triplets. The bigger the bag, the bigger the butt crack, the bigger the...
Little guy, he wants to fuck these bitches, bro. He's talking about he gonna fuck your mom. I'm banging the triplets. Oh my god, he's in it for the ladies, baby. He's in here to get some action.
The chance to buzz up in the context. The figure's a big deal, a pen on the contract. Serve me up, baby, give a tip on me top end. And I'll be whipping a wire, popping a Benson. Pushing a pack, the full stack like a benching. Giving the fish scale, that slide like a penguin. Flipping the chick on my bills, why fuck a pension. Slow mo vision, I've been puffing the peace pipe. Selling free fires to the fiends by the seaside. In my tail lines and the seams of my Levi's. With a stack figure, the Nicki Minaj behind. Birds whistle when I walk like this. Best listen when I talk like this. I'm outside on the curb with me tats out. If he's hard, he can try and chalk like this. Chain swinging when I walk like this. Heads bobbing when I talk like this. I'm outside on the curb with the straps out. Ever love you ain't gonna choke like shit. I spin fellas, my swing quicker than Federer. I serve packing the bands back on the regular. And I'ma tell her how she sing for me, T-Pain. Your mama's hooked on the packs, I'll be selling her. I click Amazon, bang, I'm a nothing. I feel his head with the lead like a mukbang. The magazine made me lean when I walk in the drumstick will make a net bang like a punk band.
This is I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know why this happens. Oh, there's like a whole thing. It's like a whole thing that they be doing videos. What the hell is going on, man? What is this shit? I'm sorry. Excuse me. Oh man, that little guy, he got sex on the brain, bro. He said when I walk by the birds be singing or something like that. Oh my god, that's funny. That's too much, man. That's too much. Thanks for sharing that one. That is a good laugh right there. That was a good laugh. I needed that. Oh boy. All right, where are we at? City of Sound, we did that. You had one pulled up already. Me too, fully independent. Please do Pete and Zip for a laugh. If Johnny ever needs an assistant, I'm voting for Maul. That is the goal one day. You know what I mean? I would love to be able to have Maul on the payroll. I would love to have a couple of y'all on the payroll. That'd be awesome. Well, hopefully we can aspire to do that one day. Maul has been so great and has helped me out with so many different things. So it'd be awesome to be able to hopefully try to give back to some people in the community like that eventually. I already talked to some people about, like, I think there's a way for me to kind of like gift like Patreon membership for like a month or something like that. So I'm going to try to start doing some of that for some people as well. Hopefully in the near future. The lead singer has a reaction channel. Oh, that's cool. That's probably a good way for him to get exposure for like what he's doing. You know what I mean? I've seen a couple other bands, I think, that have done something similar like that. When they're starting to create music, they'll do reactions to popular bands and artists they know that will get a lot of attention, so they can kind of get that attention onto themselves. So that's really cool. I'll have to check out his channel for sure. See what he's got popping. Primrose Path is mill compared to what a lot of what I dropped in the Discord earlier. Never saw them before. Mild. City of Sound vocalist is also reacting to the warning. Do what I can to help. I don't hate this. May I suggest Starlust by Helena Nagata? I don't know what that is. If you could confirm for me, Jay, that that's an independent artist and all that, then I'll do that one next. Because I haven't gotten that one before, and it sounds interesting. Liliac Carousel. See, Liliac, another established artist on the channel. You know, we're trying to avoid established artists on the channel. Liliac is becoming one. I haven't quite announced that yet, but Liliac's definitely becoming one. I liked enough of what I saw on the first one that I'm probably going to keep going down the path with Liliac for sure. Good stuff, Johnny. These two kinds of songs. Have a great night. I just love Pete and Baz. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out more of these Pete and Baz guys, because they actually had a couple of good bars in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell that they listen to hip hop because they were trying to write some more modern, lyrical, relevant bars than what, you know, these guys are obviously old. So they were around when hip hop started. Pete and Bass's grandsons are spitting bars now, and they're really damn good too. City of Sounds leadership on YouTube reactions, such as Righteous J, I think. Pretty sure he's independent, only a few thousand subscribers. Okay, yeah, if you're talking about a few thousand subscribers, that you are probably correct about them being independent. So let's go ahead and jump on that now. Starlust by Helena Nagata. Let's try to check this one out. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah, we got a guitar pulled up. Let's go check this out. And it doesn't matter if they're not from the U.S. You know, it really doesn't matter where the independent artist comes from. Just more or less, preferably speaking English would be the easiest. Let's check this out. I don't know if she's about to get into some singing, because I would imagine that she is. I would imagine this is probably just an intro. Or maybe she's just a guitar player. I have no idea. Official play. Am I playing the right thing? Am I playing the wrong thing, guys? I'm checking the chat. Am I playing the wrong shit? I don't know. But it's whatever this riff that she's playing is super nasty, and we're going to keep it going. I don't know if there's any words or not, but this... the fact that she's just like so calm about it already, I could tell this is probably going to be something special. taking my emotions and just playing with them. She's my favorite now, bro. She's my favorite. Helena Nagata, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you have got my attention. I'm looking you up right now on Instagram so I can follow you properly. Where are you? Where are you at? Let's see. What's your name again? Helena? Or Helena Nagata? Nagata? I'm telling you, man, I am fucking white, and I don't know. All right, we are following for sure. We got a video or something to post on here. Okay, yeah, we got something. Our dreamlike vision. That shit looks crazy. Let's go ahead and just post that to the story right now, because this chick is nuts. She might be like my favorite guitar player in the world now. That I know that's a bold thing to say off of a first listen, but I was so impressed by this. Holy shit! What? So all right. So somebody explain to me. I need somebody to explain to me. Whoever knows about her. What is the deal? Why is she not in a band? Or does she not want to be in a band? I know some people, they're not looking for this. They're not looking to go tour, and they're not looking to be a part of a band. They're just looking to do stuff like this and create their own content. Is that what her deal is? Because I could get behind that 1,000% too. I just want to know, why hasn't she been contacted yet if she hasn't been? Because I would imagine it's probably because not for the sake of you can't create it, because I saw a video, right, just one 4-minute video, that I saw you write like 16 songs in the same thing. So I know you could write parts. You know what I mean? Like, I know you can do it. So why isn't she in a band? Is it because she doesn't want to be in a band? She's just more of a player. I love the fact that she doesn't have like any emotion on her face at all. I don't know why, but I feel like that's one of probably my favorite things about her is the fact that she didn't smile a single time. You know what I mean? Like, stone cold, looks like this is just like a everyday walk in the park for her. And it was so sick. It was so sick. All right, wait, let me get back to this chat. I need to find out the answers to my questions, and I'm sure somebody has answered it by now. Okay. Rachel, how are you doing, my friend? I see you just popped into the chat. Again, shout out to Monster Energy. They do not pay me to say this. Do me a favor, hashtag them in the comments. That'd be awesome. You could let them. You could also say hashtag Johnny is not a what did I say all the time? I'm not a greedy man. Johnny's not a greedy man. Hashtag Monster Energy. Hashtag Johnny's not greedy. Jay, pretty darn good. I would say for sure. Oh, is it Cosmic talking about how she eye candy? She is really pretty. She is very pretty. I try to do my best, guys, to never really ever talk about how people look on my channel, because I don't want to be the guy that seems like he's creepy and all that. So I never really try to talk about people's appearances and stuff like that. But yeah, she obviously is a very pretty girl. So the fact that you're calling her eye candy on here is cracking me up. I've seen this channel pop up with my suggestion. Boom, I'm glad you liked that one. Pretty darn good. Very nice. Yeah, this was fire. I'm gonna definitely have to check out more of her stuff. Like I said, she got an Instagram follow off me off the rip. Oh yeah, we didn't go back. We didn't go back and boost. We got a like. We gotta leave a rock teddy. Rock teddy, where you at? We're gonna give her, I think, a rock heart teddy. I think is what we're gonna do. Purple heart. Let's do that. Rock purple heart. And let's do some boosting. Because oh my god, was this fucking so damn cool. She was killing this shit. Like I said, my favorite thing about this entire thing was the fact that she did not look like she cared at all. It was like so nonchalant for her, which I think was what made it just that much more special for me, because she was like, I just be doing this, yo. I'm just this good. I am just this good. Let's see. If we're making suggestions, may I suggest Stardust? Yep, we already did that one. It's good shit. Yeah, it definitely was good shit. I'm sorry I'm sorry your head's not feeling too good tonight, Maul. Definitely take something for that. Somebody send her a magic mushroom or a magic edible or something to help her feel better. She's in South American band whose name escapes me. Oh, okay, so she already is in a band. Okay, perfect. All right, so yeah, I was gonna say that she's got to be in something, man. There's no fucking way. What artist, what band is not reaching out to her to be like, yo, you want to play in my band? Because, you know, that's she's crazy. That I haven't seen very, very, very few. I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Female guitar players as good as her, like just so casually too. Shamangra. All right, what is next? We got to get through a couple more of these. I feel like I need to go. I'm gonna go pull up my Discord. Let's go. I'm gonna see if I can share that. Let's see. Let's window capture properties. Let's see. Can that pull up? Is it working? I don't know. I don't think it is. Hold, please. Bear with me. Properties. Discord. Why is it not coming up, though? I don't know why it's not popping up. Weird. Let's see. I feel like we had some suggestions in here that I said I was going to get into. Pixie, I think you had one in here too. City of Sound, we did them. Might have been in the reactions part. Let's see, reaction suggestions. Clash of the Clans. Steve, have I hit one of your requests today? Did I hit anything from you yet? I think he said that that Russ's request. Cosmic Snotty Nose Red Kids Clash of the. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. All right, Pixie, you got me. And Solaris. All right, perfect. We got the perfect next two things to do. All right, so let's go ahead and pull those up. We're going to get those going next. Snotty Nose Res Kids. Clash of the Clans live. All right. Oh, okay. I do believe that this was the one that you had put in here earlier, so let me go ahead and try to turn this on again. Excuse me. I gotta get a new tissue box. My tissue box is gone. Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Clash of the Clans. Which one's the live one? Okay, here we go. Nope, that's a different song. So that looks like the actual... Is this the one, Pixie? Second one down. Okay, perfect. All right. Blow that up. And let's hit play.
I'm Kiefer Carlson alongside DJ Cookham with Your Nation, Your Station, CFNR, here at the All-Native Basketball Qualifier. We are about to see the Braves take on the Wolves to get in to the big show. Can we hear them? Yes, we can. The crowd is lit right now.
Hey, Kurt! Better get inside. Your mom's looking for you.
He twists, he turns, he puts it up, burns him.
Yo, Buckless, pass that sweet grass.
With all the smoke coming out the car. Look at that smoke, baby. Look at that smoke. Oh, my God.
Launches. 3. Bang! It's good. The Wolves win. The Wolves win. Ah! Woo! Moving on to the Clash of the Clans. Performance. Snotty Nose Rez Kids.
Hey. Shuggy. Check it.
Tease when we step up in the building. No, we keep it fresh from the city to the village. Dog, I be ready, call it Thriller and Nilly. Homie, let's get down for the crown so we can really see what's up.
What up? I'm an A to a T. I'll die for my team, nah me. Yeah, like a needle to a fiend. I used to pen to chase a dream, and these haters still trying to intervene.
And we kick it like Draymond Green, Bruce Springsteen. Boy, I'm tougher than the rest. All about making cream, but I'm far from the
I
past.
take a shot without a vest, and I speak a native tongue like a tribe called Quest. Take a look at my crew, they all brown and we the Beavers, Eagles, Ravens, and them Blackfish. We about to get stupid, my Monet's about to lose.
And you know we just do it like the Nike switch.
Yo, fellas, bring your hands to the floor. Beat it with a purpose like a drum circle.
Ladies, show 'em what your mama gave you. We just came to party cause we naughty by our nature. Hey, this the Clash of the Clans.
Keep it to the flow if you know how to dance.
Keep your hands in the form when you're down in the stands.
Who your best man is the Clash of the Clans. I never try hard, I'm a die hard.
Hey.
We the Suicide Squad, this about to get bizarre. And the beats in my bones got me feeling kinda hard. I'm the god of my clan, where my round of applause.
Hell no, a young and big eccentric squad is a mix of the vanilla and the Nesquik. Boys, I'm talking about the type I don't know when to quit. It's too lit, we throw it up like too much liquor
And
hit.
I ain't about to choke, I'm good under pressure. Devil's club around my neck, but the rope is leather.
And it don't get no better, I ain't rock two chairs.
Hell no, cousin, I'd rather rock two braids. Left braid down my back with a crest on my vest and a feather to my chest. Man, it represents my brother, but I'd rather have my brother back.
Murdered in the missing.
Boy, tell me where my sister's
What's
at.
up with the injustice?
I never understood that.
What's up with our resilience?
That's what we never lack.
Homie, why it's so serious?
It's a warrior thing, man.
We misunderstood in here.
That's why we do it again.
Welcome to the powwow where we never bow down, singing loud and proud like our ancestors now.
That's the sound of predecessors talking over the suppressors.
Man, holla if you hear us.
My pleasure.
Hey,
Now here's where it all began. Raven stole the sun, what's the big bang? That's my cousin, fam. I'm a beaver, but damn, he a sly little bugger. Is he really a friend?
mama, there go that man. The hell's off the land from the Killer Whale clan. That's why I dip and close my hands every time I dance. While the Mingle boys spread their wings when we jam.
Where my wolves at? Are we getting down tonight? Can I run with the pack? I think I just might.
And we dancing with the
The
wolves.
strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
Nocturnal lifestyle, that's word to my owls. Lurking on the dark side while the wolves howl.
Can I get a bear witness while I'm on my grizzly?
It ain't over till I finish.
We about to get busy.
You with me? Let's get it jumping like a frog do.
Is what my people say when they can dance, sing, and drum too.
I love it. Reppin' where I'm from, dude.
We don't do it cause we have to, we do it cause we want to. And when we compete,
No, it's all love here.
where the land ain't free,
It's a family
the
affair.
big chief about to speak.
Everybody's all in.
Rise up to your
You
feet.
bow your head for the prayer.
Os coco é como we got that. Sabem então no tingate.
Now, fellas, bring your hands to the floor. Ladies, show 'em what your mama gave ya. Beat it with a purpose like a drum, sir. We only here to party 'cause we naughty by nature. It's the clash of the clans. How we put it down is the clash of the clans. Who your best man? Bring 'em down and dance. Come
Yo,
on.
fellas, bring your hands to the floor. Beat it with a purpose like a drum circle.
Ladies, show 'em what your mama gave ya. We just came to party cause we naughty by our nature. Hey, this the clash of the clans.
Keep it to the flow if you know how to
Keep your
dance.
hands in the form when you're down in the stands.
Who your best man? It's the clash of the clans. Clash of the clans. Clash of the clans.
Yo, what's up, homie?
Clash of the Clans, Snotty Nose Res Kids. That was actually really fun. I actually really enjoyed that. I think the thing that was probably blowing my mind, the thing that was probably heavy on my mind throughout this entire video was the fact that I don't think I've ever heard anybody from... Well, first of all, the first thing I wanted to say was, one, I don't know where they're from. So, there are... I don't even know, honestly, what the proper term to really call them, because I can only think of it in terms of, like, America, that, you know... I think in Canada they refer to like the native people as like the natives, and in America we refer to them as like Native Americans. Or I think even that has been somewhat problematic of like calling them that particularly. So the fact that this particular group of people is rapping and giving me this kind of music, I feel is unique for my experience, because I've never seen anything like this. I thought this was fun and energetic. I like the back and forth with the duo. I love that overall concept. I think that's always good when it comes to duos and hip hop. It's better than us giving you like one verse and then me giving you a verse over here. I like the bouncing back and forth, especially when your hook is like you're only using it like very periodically. But the other thing that I was thinking of, like I said, I want to make sure I don't say anything wrong, because I never want to offend anybody. It's always my goal is to try to make sure that I don't say anything purposely offensive or unintentionally offensive. But I just heard a lot of things that I would hear other rappers never be able to reference or never be able to mention, because it would be more or less like cultural appropriation, if you will. Like there was a lot of references to like, you know, like tribes, like native tribes, and, you know, just like comparing things to like, you know, Hungry Like the Wolf and, you know, packs and a lot of different things that were kind of trying to like the overall, like their overall heritage and their community. And I thought that that was very interesting, because I've always found it extremely fascinating, but I've never had like a personal friend that, or anything like that, or anybody that I really feel like I can ask some of those questions to kind of better educate myself about that, because, you know, there's just not as many of those people really left and around today. And, you know, they have a long history with what they call, you know, the White Devils, if you will. But I thought this was very interesting. And like I said, I never really got a chance to really like listen to anybody kind of rap about these kind of things, because like I said, if a white guy was doing it, or if a black guy was doing it, or even a Spanish guy, you're kind of culturally appropriating. So like, it's not cool for those kind of people to do those kinds of things. But watching an entire little 4-minute song about them doing pretty much so much of that, I thought was really cool. You know, I found that was very interesting. I like the fact that this was, like, you could tell like it was like a lower budget video, that they're doing all this like within the community of themselves. And I thought that that was really cool as well. Like, you know, just seeing the overall like just community kind of get together for this event, had the little basketball thing playing in the beginning, have a bunch of different like people from all kinds of different age groups being supportive in the video, I thought was really cool. So really liked this. Really appreciated the suggestion, Pixie. Thanks you for that. Study Dose Red Kids, we just did that one. Solaris, yeah, we're doing Solaris next. That's what we're doing. If you like the Don't Give a Fuck look, you'll need to watch Miyako in Love Fights, probably on this Wednesday. She really pulls it off. Just a shred like this for something to do the look. That sounds excellent for Wednesday. Wednesday, we're going to get back. We are going to get right back into the Women Who Rock live stream, and we were going to get right better at getting into some reactions a lot faster than we did today. So I appreciate you guys' patience today, and we're going to get through some more of these. I got probably, I would say, at least another 2 reactions in me before I think I'm going to hang it up for the day. Solaris is going to be next, and then we're going to figure out who the last one is going to be for the day. Second one down. We did that one. Yes. Cool. Thank you for the shits and gigs. In the past 2 a.m. is rainy whales. Hope to catch you next time. Thank you so much, Claire. I thank you so much for stopping by today. You were so much fun today. I hope you have a great evening as well. And I hope to see you next time as well. Pixie, you getting all kinds of excited for this. You were all kinds of, yes, you were like, yes, indigenous, native. Now let's go. Let's fucking go, Res Kids. Let's do it. Are they from Canada, America, U.S.? Like, you know, where are they? Where's like their home? Wait, where do they reside at? They're from the north coast of British Columbia. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I learned through the hockey comedy show of Letterkenny, excuse me, about a little bit about the history of the natives in Canada and the history of, like, you know, just kind of like the overall relations between Canada and those people. A little bit. I am always trying to educate myself on what's happening. I think many of us, and none of you guys over here, but I think many of people in society, we assume we know things about things that we don't know, and we rely a lot on secondhand information to build strong opinions. So I'm always looking to better educate myself on things that I am not as familiar with, because that is something that I am just very passionate about. Sixers, another indie band. Yes, love the Sixers. Even though I'm losing subs on my Sixers videos, man. Like I said, that really bummed me out when I was doing that the other day, when I saw that somebody I was -1 on the Sixers video. I was like, man, I really like these girls too. Like, they're so cool. I'm gonna have to probably do them again this Wednesday. It's been I think a week or 2 since, and I think they just came out with a new song too. So for sure. All right, Tracy, you have a great night. All right, let's get into Solaris. Do we have a specific song from Solaris that we were doing? I'm trying to remember, LT, if we were going to do a specific Solaris song or not. Forgive me. I feel like there probably was. Oh, yeah, we don't want all that. We don't want that kind of Solaris. All right, Solaris. We gotta find a good one for Solaris. Solaris band. Arrival, official music video, The Keeper, Guiding Light, Dance with Tragedy, live at the Remruns. Only got 720 views. That's not cool. Oh yeah, they might be real low. Solaris Limbo. Let's see. That's what I'm saying, Jay. I couldn't believe somebody unsubscribed on the Sixers video, because the way that I can see it is basically, like, it'll give you like a snapshot of, like, right there at the top where it'll say like plus or minus or 0 on subscriptions from that particular release. And for the most part, like I said, like, you know, I get a lot of like subs off of maybe like a first listen to somebody, and then like the couple ones afterwards you'll get a couple more because people are seeing that you're continuing with that band, which totally makes sense to me. But I was like almost like on my 3rd or 4th Sixers video, and it was like -1, and I was like, who unsubscribed from that? I'm like all of the songs, especially the ones I've done, they're all good. I don't know how anybody couldn't like them, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Somebody called me a weirdo the other day because they're saying that, you know, I was focusing on underaged kids. And I was like it's not you're the one making it about that. You know what I mean? You're the one making it about the fact that they're not, whatever. I'm like, I'm not even gonna go there. You know what I mean? It's some people just bother me with that. Like I said, I've always tried to be supportive, and I'm gonna keep that comment to myself because I don't want to say too much. But yeah, it's some pedophilia, number one topic. I think that gets my blood boiling, more than anything. Don't fucking call me a pedophile, please. Don't ever do that. That shit is gonna fucking piss me off for sure. Yeah, those pedophiles are the worst people on the planet, and I don't think that you should call anybody that and casually. Does that make sense? It's just, you shouldn't do that. That's just my thing. All right, then we have a Solaris specific song. Just because they got a violent as well. Okay. All right, let's do. All right, we're gonna hold off on Solaris. We'll finish on Solaris if LT comes back. And we'll jump right into, Paul, your suggestion for Unlucky Morpheus. We'll do Unlucky Morpheus, and then we'll do Solaris, and then we will hang it up for the night. Is there a specific Unlucky Morpheus song you would like? We got movie. Oh, wow, this is pretty wild. Looking already. I think you already gave me a specific one, but it's going to be somewhere deep in the comments, I think. Far Beyond the Sun, M Revolution, Reincarnation, Popular Monster is the best song. Yeah, I'm sorry, Johnny, fucking, I can't talk today. Ronnie Radke, yeah. Popular Monster, I think, set him into another stratosphere for sure. I think that's what got a lot of people's attention with Mr. Radke, was Unpopular Monster. And it is his great song. It's still a great song. All right. I'm just gonna pick one. All right, Rush, you have a good one. We're gonna do Unlucky Morpheus, Black Pentagram. That one sounds familiar. That one sounds familiar. That one I think is the one that you guys told me to do. So one of the things that I was afraid of when you guys told me about going on this whole Japanese band path was I was afraid that I was going to start comparing them too much to Bandmate. And you guys have heard me talk plenty of time about the fact that I hate comparing bands to one another. I hate the concept of that because it never works out well. But I'm finding myself like comparing myself to Bandmaid, because I'm like, when I hear the lyrical content and I hear the overall sound of her voice, it just reminds me of Seiki and Bandmaid, and I can't help it. But then all of a sudden they come up with those and Bandmaid doesn't do that. So it definitely gives you a new element that they don't have. But like, this is like, as much as like Bandmaid is kind of like an overall like rock metal-ish band, this has got a lot more of that metal flair to it, if you will. Like the drumming pattern, the overall just sound quality. It sounds a lot more of like that traditional metal sound than more like the hard rock metal-esque that like Bandmaid does, if that makes any sense. And we gotta talk about that violin too. The violin's crazy. Oh boy, that was wild, man. That was a wild and interesting journey for sure. I really liked the shots that they did, kind of like the individual band members, where they had like the little like ram's head and like the little pentagram and the white flames and stuff like that, where they kind of like filled in their bodies with that. I thought that was pretty cool to kind of like tie into that overall concept of the record. Really have no idea what the lyrical content was. I am a big fan of knowing the overall lyrical content and all that, which is one of the things that I feel like I have been able to slowly get over when it comes to Bandmaid, because they do have some English stuff. And I'm sure this band might have some as well, but it's a little harder for me to kind of get over and connect that much more with the bands that don't sing as much English. Because really at this point, I'm just kind of following like the overall sound of what everything sounds like. You know what I mean? And so in terms of like how this is constructed, really like it a lot. The solo kind of reminds me again, and I'm going to do it. And I've done it twice in the same video now, because I've already done it once. I'm going to do it again. It reminded me very much of like Avenged Sevenfold-ish. Like this solo kind of reminded me of what I like about Avenged Sevenfold, and like the way that they're solos traditionally have kind of sounded. They kind of have a certain like just sound and feel to them, which I feel like this one kind of almost replicated, if that makes any sense, where it gave me that same feeling where like if I close my eyes, it sounded like Avenged Sevenfold in that particular moment. So I like this. I like this video. I like the overall like vibe and energy of the band. I think that it was really good. I'd be curious to know if they do any kind of songs in English or if they dabble in that at all. But yeah, they would think that was fun and exciting. Appreciate the suggestion. We talk about how we love their hair. Yeah, the drummer reminded me of like Davey Havoc via like December Underground days, like the snake bites and like the eyeliner with like the overall hair. They had like a little moment when he kind of like flipped his hair up and you could like see him look in the camera. Like this little subtle nuances I thought were really great, which I think that a lot of these bands in Japan are doing a great job of that as well. Like this is just another kind of example of another Japanese band just doing a really good job with simple concepts of the video and making them entertaining. All right, we got Solaris, and then we're going to call it an evening, I think. So Solaris, did we get an official suggestion for Solaris as of yet? Oh, they sound angry. Dale, he is out as well. I hope you have a good night, sir. A lot of Japanese female lead singers that have that vibrato sound. Yeah, I think that's probably really what it is. It's just like those Japanese singers, they sound similar. So it just is going to remind me naturally, I think, of those versus like, you could tell a lot difference in the nuances in somebody's voice that speaks the same language as you. So that's probably really the big difference there. Solaris band. I don't think I got a suggestion, so we're just gonna pick one. A Dance with Tragedy. Let's not do a feature song. This Keeper song looks pretty interesting. Let's try this. The Keeper. This one looks interesting. I like the vibe of this one. All right, guys. Solaris, the Keeper. Let's check it out. That guitar, he's got it super sick too. All right, we're gonna rewind it back to come back into this, but I had to share a moment because all I can think about, all I can think about in this moment was like, all I can hear is like when he starts playing like these riffs, because these riffs are sick, man, and her voice sounds really great. It sounds really pretty. I really like her voice a lot, and the overall like tone of the riffs in this song I think like work really well with this overall concept of this overall record. And all I could think about when he started playing like that little solo, we started getting into it, was I'm like, where is Disturbed in the background with the like, like when you need a, like, I feel like we need a couple like breakdown, like moments like in this thing. But obviously she has a very pretty voice and she's not screaming and she's not doing all that kinds of stuff. But I'm like, these riffs need some sort of ad lib. You know what I mean? They need a breakdown ad lib for the pit at the live show. They need something for it. They need something for it. This was like a really, really cool orchestrated, like put together overall song. This is like not, I wouldn't say this is like my typical bag to listen to something like this, but I really, really enjoyed this. Like I said, I think that her voice is really pretty. This is like the kind of metal that, like, when I do kind of dabble into the metal, this is the kind of metal that I do like. You know what I mean? It's got all the elements of it, but like in a very soft and palatable way. Does that make sense? Like, you know, they're getting those metal riffs, you're getting that metal like structure of a song, but and done in such a more palatable way where, like, you know, her voice is, she's not screaming the whole time. And trust me, I love the screamy screams just as much as anybody else does. But sometimes it's not always necessary. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, there was a moment where I feel like I could have used it, but the song doesn't need it. You know, this song overall, it wouldn't need that kind of energy. It just, the way that she carried and gave us this story throughout, I feel was exactly the way it was supposed to. I really like the overall shots of her, everybody just being out in the snow. I thought that was really, really cool. It reminded me of, like, you know, just where it's, what it's going to look like around here in a couple of months. I live out in the middle of kind of like farmland, if you will. So it just reminded me a lot of that kind of environment. Of like going to my grandparents' house and just like the being out in the woods like that. So just really cool overall concept of the video, the time of the day that it was, like the way that like just it has that gray, like overcasty kind of feel to the overall video. I think this adds a lot of volume and elements to the overall just record in general when you're adding that visual aspect to it as well. But yeah, that was really great. I really appreciate this. Hadn't thought of the disturbed vocals, but now I can't unhear it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what it was, but I was like, something about this riff just needs a little bit of oh. Just a little bit, baby. Just a little bit. I can see both Floor and Christina. Simone soft floor. She has a very good voice. Yeah, it's very symphonic metal. Yeah, like I said, I dig this kind of metal a lot for sure. This is kind of more or less my more favorite version, if you will. Especially from the girls. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate a girl screamer, but I don't necessarily need them to scream at me the entire song. You know what I mean? I would rather a guy scream at me the entire song than a female scream at me the entire song. That's just my preference. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a sucker for harsh vocals in general. I'm a sucker for guys who go falsetto. Females, obviously, like, you know, they're a little bit more known to be talented to do those kinds of things if they're able to do so. So I'm always love it when, like, the person who's not supposed to do it does it. But in terms of the overall growl and aggressive vocals, I'm more of a fan when guys do it than when girls do it. I'd rather girls just have prettier, more naturally sounding singing voices than most guys do. So why not use that to your advantage? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cool when a girl screams every once in a while, but to me, it's just not the most impressive thing in the world, because if you could already sing really pretty, you could teach yourself to scream. You know what I mean? You could teach yourself to growl a little bit. It is just more or less, you know, vocal control. And a lot of those really talented singers can do that. And that's why when I feel like when you can mix it in well, it's even better. You know what I mean? It's just even better that way. Great song. I really hate fade outs, but I'll get over that. Yeah, I'm hit or miss with the fade out, to be honest with you. I'm very hit or miss with the fade out. Some songs I love it. I don't feel like there's a better way to end them. And some songs I feel like I hate that they do it. You know what I mean? So it really is a flip of a coin in this particular aspect. I like the fade out. I think that sometimes the fade out is what's needed. And like I said, in this particular song, I do like the fade out. I don't know how I would wanted them to, like, you know, at a 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, end it. Does that make sense? But at the same time, I can understand why a lot of people hate the fade out, because at the live show, what are you going to do? You're not going to fade it out at the live show. You're going to have to wrap it up somehow. You know what I mean? So I can understand that point and that perspective, and I'm not going to ever tell anybody that they're wrong for it. But like I said, I'm 50-50 with the fade out, because I probably don't like it more times than not, but when it is used properly, I do appreciate it. I want to see the live Sangster and Ren. Yeah, I'm going to have to make you wait, Pixie. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to make you wait today. I can't believe we went for 2 hours and 45 minutes already, guys. And I'm going to wrap it up and say my thank yous and all that. But I appreciate you guys so much for watching today, for hanging out with me today. All of you guys who were in and out. Any of you guys who were just stopping by for 2 minutes and saying hello. I appreciate you guys as well. And some songs are better with abrupt interruptions and fade outs. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely, Aaron. I was all over the fade outs in the 80s. I can understand, man. If you've had that opinion for this long, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, man. I totally get it. There's some things that I die on those hills too. You know what I mean? I can't think of a great example off the top of my head, to be honest with you, that I could give you some sort of comparison in the moment. But I die on some of those hills too, where, like, you know, no matter what anybody says or anything, it won't change my opinion about it. I can die on a hill too, my friend. The Machina Supremacy. fade outs make me feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes you feel like there's a part of the story they're not telling. You know what I mean? So I can get and understand that as well. But again, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys so much. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this independent artist thing. It's way less pressure to have to worry about whether or not I'm going to be actually able to share this with people later. Because that was really the biggest thing. It was like, I trip on one song, I play 5 seconds of it, and I either have to go fuck with it and tear everything out and make it basically worser than it was in order for it just to be available for people, or you can't post it at all. So it kind of sucks when those things happen. So I would like to continue to do some more of these independent live streams. I've really liked this a lot, and it gives me a chance to kind of check out some new artists I'm not familiar with. And like I said at the beginning, I've always wanted to try to do what I could to try to support the artists that needed that help and support the most. So it's always been a major focus of my channel. And I really enjoyed this a lot. Sorry it took me so long to kind of get into the little groove of some of these reactions, but I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me throughout it and having these discussions. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday, and I hope everybody is having and will have a great rest of their week. And I will take a look at the chat one more time. Looks like everybody's saying goodbye, everybody. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful evening. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for Women Who Rock live stream. So we will get into some more reactions on the fly on Wednesday. But I appreciate you guys so much, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and the rest of your week. And I